Hey, what is up, guys? It's Kayla, and this is a ambitious project, and it took a long time to get all these videos and to edit them together and to get a good result. I'm currently filming this on July 25th. The video is hopefully going to go out soon after that date, but see, this was 2023. This is how well I did for 2023. I can see right there. Without spoiling too much, let's see if I can just that didn't work. If we just put this over here so that you guys can't, or anything. Can't really. But yeah, doing great. Do this is like games, right? Between these two. Or let's say the map. Or lag. Let's lag. Okay. 78, 110, that's like 32. 32 more losses and 19 more wins. So 19 and 32 in 2024. Yeah, not great. It's been rough, and probably way worse record than that. I just wasn't tracking my leagues because I was just like overwhelmed, so just like happy about how any of it was going, so I didn't bother tracking anything and whatnot. Out of the leagues I could track, that's crazy. That's not great. It's a miracle that I still have a 3 differential, but regardless, over 200 games played, and finally getting better, and these 2 leagues really taught me that, and getting help from someone like Iger, who I've played, well, you can't see, but I've played 4 times, like my most played friends, rivals, like, been awesome. Ryan has been awesome. Godbear, Bread, many. Konami, like, many just awesome people, and I can't thank you guys enough. Even if, I didn't go to you for advice, or I didn't say anything, you guys made me prep that extra step, or you got me into a league, and really, I can't appreciate that enough, and I thought something's fucking up. But I don't want to hold you guys too long, and it's gonna be a long ass video, and I'll probably leave timestamps for each league each week, and then I don't think I'll have like a decent recap for any of them, but yeah, just wanted to cut this to show you guys what I've been up to, how I've been doing. Obviously not the greatest, but just I guess compare like middle part of this video to the last week of UBDL, because that's really like the proudest battle probably out of all these battles. I felt like that battle was like, I just played great. And also I guess last week of ASL, but I said, don't want to hold you guys too long, so I'll get out of your hair. Have a great one, and enjoy the ride. Hello, how are you all doing? It's a break for months. I wanted to keep it longer, but I want to do this late because it's with friends. A lot of fun. It was a lot of fun last. That was a weird thing. A lot of fun last season. Even though I didn't perform that well, I had a lot of fun. A lot of interesting sets that I could make, and I just wanted to do it again. I wanted to do it again. Suki. So, our coach of the Harrison Pokemon Club called me as our little mascot. Harrison is a town somewhere. I don't want to dox myself or anything. Town somewhere, and their thing is like games. So I was like, okay, I'll do that too. And then I'm in my new direction with my logos. I want to streamline it a bit. I know it doesn't look accurate to what I used to make, but it's a lot more easier to make this stuff. And yeah, we had, I think, literally middle, or like pick away from middle, and I was just, it's been a minute since I've done drafts, so I was like, should I make a plan? Should I just wait and see what happens? Should I do? And I kind of a little bit of both. I was just kind of seeing what was falling, what was not falling. There's some crazy stuff in this league. You can hear I'm black with D-Dance, with Scale Shot still there, Necrozma Dawn, but without any recovery moves, like Moonlight, Morning Sun Rest, like, some interesting stuff, and obviously, like, classics in places like Champo, Dragapult, Iron Bow, Zamazenta, Paladin, like, Archie Rapid from last, all those fun Pokemon, but as you can see, the one that piqued my interest was Deox. And if that was my original plan or if what, but kind of, and I was like, okay, I kind of know what I want to do. I kind of an idea. I want to build around Deoxys. Wanted to do something similar to what I did in my first ever draft league, and that was build around a Pokemon. Just go down to the basics of it. Bring this Pokemon probably every week. Surround it with talent. Surround it with mindset, chemistry, all that sports stuff. I was like, okay, it's a really good foundation point because it's so versatile in what it can do. I also put a little bit of chemistry. All these are about Dark Riley. I'll link their stuff, but it's all really good. Unfortunately, I don't think they do like vignettes like this for every single one with literally the next couple of picks, but they're really cool. So really happy about how they all turned out. I'm really happy with how they, and I want to. So Deoxys 20 points. I think in total we actually had a 5-point increase, which was really nice. So that was cool. To speed, I think is pretty self-explanatory. Spikes, it's a great lead option, special attacker, or great just attacker in general with a ton of coverage. It's an insanely versatile mon, and I think in a league like this where 20-point mons, there's not many 25-point mons, there's 24 coaches that are all like, mons are not going to be enough. So if you can get like Premier, Spike Stacker, Premier, like just hit a ton of bullet points in one pick, like that I think is a really good pick. And to have something like this to build around and not just be like, oh, this is just going to, I'm sorry, this isn't like, oh, this is just going to be like, oh, like, it's one part to, like, it's the mon one. I know, I feel like I'm saying the same stuff over and over, I'm sorry. Points, nice pick. This next pick, I think was gonna be something else, and then I was like, this is not gonna, there's no way I'm gonna get this next round. And what I was eyeing in was my Terra Captain. I was like, I want to get my Terra Captain as soon as possible. And I was like, I want to get my Terra Captain, but I also want to get some good mons. And this mon especially fits extremely well with the Deoxys, and it just adds my favorite core of the mon, my favorite core of the mon, fighting, psychic, and dark. Very offensively based, and I want to focus on that because Deoxys. So, with all of that, Quavel is definitely one of my favorite mons in this generation. So versatile, so under the radar versatile. Like, I think its majority is going to be defensive this season because it's just so, rapid spin is a huge commodity to have. This is definitely one of those mons that it's just similar to the Deoxys. It will probably come, and it's such a good balance. So being able to get rid of any spikes that another monster is trying to set up is really nice. Hazards of any kind. Tom passes also, which is really cool because it has Aqua Step, and it has a Rapid Spin, and it has SD. Like, Tom is going to be really good. It's just going to be really good for this team, and it's good. So, really happy about that. If you don't know, but Tom Pass was kind of widespread last season, and I'm assuming all the seasons before, and it's even more widespread this season, and there's more restriction on it. Next, we have the Terra Captain, especially. I already said it, Terra Captain. Whatever. It's indeed, we get both forms, which is really nice, and also, like, I don't want to, very quickly, it is just Quavel. I don't get the other two. It is just Quavel. That is just how the art is. So, whatever this is, take that. So, Quavel, and then we get both NTDs. Put the offensive DD because NTD is really good. Both of them are really different because the DD female actually gets Baton Pass. So, one of them has Baton Pass strats, and the other is just like a really good leader. It's a Terra Captain, like I said. I think this is the female entry because I want to get them both somehow in there. I couldn't really fit both stats, so I was just like, okay, yeah. He's really good. Terra Captain, Fire, Psychic Fire Fairy. Apparently, like, there's 24 coaches on like area or fighting types, but it's really good coverage. It's a really good coverage option. Very understandable. NDD is the same way. Being able to steals is really important, even if it's in psychic type, or even if it has like explosive hyper voice. It's really important for it to have that fire coach, and also like grass type and ice types is kind of cool, like especially for Weavile. I don't know if I drafted it, but really cool. I mean, Quavo, which is awesome. But yeah. let's say Indeed is a really good terror captain. And then the other huge part that I drafted Indeed, I think it's obvious, is and having him on like speed, which is going to get boosted with power. It's priority sucker punch. No, none of that shit. Nothing's gonna be able to pick it off or health because it's gonna be really cool. My next mon actually does have some qualms with this, and that is was Prankster. And I didn't even realize it at the time because I just haven't been playing mons. But yeah, Prankster is going to get affected, and it's going to make things a little bit weird. I've already played my first match, and Clefkey and Indeed both came, and how it kind of that match, and how it's probably going to work for another mon as well, and this mon, depending on any transactions, which is probably going to happen. So we'll have to see how this game gets restructured. But Clefkey really was only valuable in the beginning, and then it died, and then I was like, okay, I'll save it right now. I don't think that is always how it's going to go, but Clefkey doesn't need to use Prankster. What do I mean by that? Well, I had a really interesting matchup that, I'll obviously talk about after the video that I made of that. It was against a ground type. So what I did was I used Magnorize, and then I just made it offensive. Like, I was just offensive. Like I said, I don't know if this is being able to play off people's instincts is going to be big. It's always been in Pokemon, but especially for this team. All of these tools like Quavo and whatnot, it's going to be very important to be able to play off of other people's fears and other people's and whatnot. So Clefkey probably going to be more offensive and defense, like that offensive variance is probably going to occur, but no defense is still good. But yeah, Spike Setter is also something I want another Spike Setter, unless the Axis. I wanted another Spike Setter in case the Axis speed is great, and it's also Steel, also very versatile and it's the best type by far, and in singles, it's probably also by far. It's very defensive. Really grounds of fire types. The only thing you're going to be worried about, and fire types, very specially offensive, right? You have moves like Flamethrower, Overheat, Fire Blast. Let's go ahead and let's patch that out with my big old friend Alola. It is one of my favorite Pokemon. A lot of my favorites are here, but it's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's so extremely good at what it does. It's a decent fairy answer, which I think is really surprising, but the big thing is I'm not that stupid when it comes to Pokemon. I know people are going to try and take advantage. So my fix is I need a good dark type that's especially defensive because light types are. So let me pick up Alolan, which just does it extremely well. Dark Poison is such a good type. The most spread status with Poison is also extremely good. So this one's just going to be coming. I wish it got Toxic Spikes and it got big, but it doesn't. It's going to be able to knock, which is something nice to have. I'm not sure if it gets her or not, but Alolamug's going to be a big knocker. It's going to be a big item removal, big def tank, because Clefkey is going to need that help. I'm assuming he's going to be more physically defensive, able, so having some help on special defense is really good. It's just a good tank, and it's what you want in a tank. It can hit back, and it prevents setup. I think it gets, look, I think it gets Roar. I could be wrong, and even if it doesn't, you still don't want to get Toxic from it. It can break subs, so you don't really need to worry about it. And, it's crazy. It gets hates. Okay. Yeah. I knew it got some kind of haste. 401, but it gets haste, which is good. And it gets Deceiver, which is also pretty cool. And that's what I meant by Prankster is gonna be so weird for this team. Especially with 2. I was really worried about things outspeeding for the most part of Deoxyspeed. I know that's kind of a weird worry to have, but I want to have something that can kind of beat control just in case something is trying to outrun Deoxyspeed. That's all my muck is there, just to get rid of Scarfs as well. But Thunderous is more to just paralyze shit. Or someone wants to defog, try to taunt. If there is defog, then I'll just run Defiant. It was a set I was considering first week of just running Defiant Thunderous. And it's just a great special attacker. It's a great physical attacker. It got access to the Supercells, like physical ultra type move, so it might force players to run protect, which might be good for me because I can nasty flood or I can bolt up or I can do whatever. And it's nice. It's just a nice mod, and having a ground immunity is gonna be really nice. I know it's not too expensive, but it's still an immunity and it's still fading another time to switch out this. But yeah, it's gonna be really weird. Prankster, this isn't a clef key scenario where clef key doesn't really use Prankster that much. You're really just going for draining kisses, you're going for spikes, you're going for Thunderwave, which are both Prankster, but you know, switching Thunder is like one thing you have to switch it in, and it can just kind of do stuff. You know, I don't. It's just different. It just feels a little different. That is all. And Shaman is also a very interesting. I could team. At first, I was building this team, and I was like, okay, I think this is good. And then when I got to around next pick, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to make a lot of changes because the Prankster stuff was kind of getting to me, and I was like, I don't know how much time I'm actually gonna be using Prankster because when I'm debating what sets to bring to a week, in with like come over every team, and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna really use Psychic Terrain, and there were a lot of weeks where I was like, okay, that actually would be really good. Like the Terrain Extender would actually be really good, and that kind of got me like, oh, I need to make some changes. And for this league, I forgot, and thank God Nico reminded me, making transactions until week 3. So I was kind of in a limbo state, and so all that to say, I don't know if Shaman's still gonna be on this team. I like it on this team. It gets a Tom Pass with Source Dance, which is really cool. And it's a great special attacker. It shades up. It is really good. Natural is a really good ability. I can switch into Toxic. I can switch into Sleeps. I can switch into Thunderwaves. I can switch into all that. So all that's great. But I might need, you know, lower points, right? I might need a lower tier grass type, and I might need some lower tier stuff to be able to get some higher tier stuff to be able to make some transactions. So Shaman might be on the chopping block. But I really like Shaman, and like I said before, it's just a good mon. Alright. My other Terra Captain is Gabite. This is the mon I was looking at, and I was like, okay, this will be a pretty good Terra Captain. I already knew I wanted Indeedee, so from there I was like, okay. Any good 3-pointers? There's obviously to articulate what I'm thinking. There's obviously webs, right? There's some web setters. I think Vulpix might have been in this tier, like both Vulpixes, so you have some weathers, you have terrain, probably, I don't know. I'm trying to, let me actually look what's in 3 points. And just the lowest you can have. There's no 2s, there's no 1s. So 3 is the lowest. You have like Brion, you have Prankster Cottony, Chargebug, like I said, Calyrex Terra, it doesn't sound horrible. You have some Pseudo Dragons are usually in this tier. Golduck is also in this tier. Matang was something I was looking at because I wanted Metagross on this team originally. Because I was Psychic Terrain, it would be kind of crazy, and then, you know, Bullet Punch kind of wrench into that a little bit. You have Mudbray. So yeah, just have like those NFEs that are bulky that can play these different ones. So why Gabite? I want a Dragon type, and I want a Ground type, and I wanted an offensively kind of. And Gabite was kind of the option. It's also can effectively run Eviolite. And with Terra, I have it as ground, ice, and water. Why ice? I don't want people running ice type moves. I want to be able to be like, oh hey, like you do that. So that's kind of my also ground ice, like this Amoswine stab we're talking about here. So that's all really good. It's a setup mon. It's actually the only stealth rocker on my team. So you have to bring him on at least twice, I believe. So Gabite definitely. It's not one of those mons where it's like, oh, I'll have to bring it this week. I feel it's a lot more flexible than a lot of the other 3-pointers, but that's just me. Furt's also in this tier, so I might pick that up. I don't know though. But yeah, rough skin. Thwacky. So this is what I meant by I might have to take some lower tier grass types, and this was kind of what's changed. That I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to pick up this mon, or this is a mon someone else will take, so I want to take it now. And it's kind of weird on this team, but I also really like its fit. I brought it on the first week, and it was really cool how I could
switch from Psychic Terrain to Grass Terrain, and then bring in Clefty, or bring in Thunderous, or bring in all these, or bring in Pokeweevil, who has a leftover, get 12%. Like, I thought it was really cool, and I think it fits with this team extremely well, even if I don't have, in this team, I think Blackie is a really good fit, because it's going to be able to power up Mons, it's going to be able to pivot extremely well, it's going to be able to give recovery to other Mons. I think it's a really good fit, and I think it's going to come along with just it is objectively a good Mon, and also it's not, which is really nice. So, yeah, now we're talking about Blackie, it's just solid in what it does. Yeah, they did all of them, which is like kind of, they would just have Eevee, and then one of them, and then do that for all of them. Which makes sense. It does make sense, but like, ugh. Oh, I forgot to. And this is just how it is on this. Like, there's no passive defense mechanism. Okay, so Glaceon is another interesting Mon in that it also gets Baton Pass and it gets just really good tools. It was one I was debating to bring as well on the first week. I think I debated like all of them. I think all of them, but no, I did all of them. I mean, it's just debated in my head, but all of them I was like, okay, this is a possible set I can run, this is what I can do. But, yeah, no, they don't really have a chance to me for the first week, so I think Glaceon's gonna be good. It's which I think is really interesting for it, but it can also break, which is also really good. I wish I could Terra it, but 5 points is too much, and it's only up to 12 points, which is max. 3 is the absolute minimum, and if you get high, you have to. So, Glaceon could be a Terra. Still good. Has Shadow Ball, has Store Power, has Calm Mind, has Ice Beam, has Freeze Dry, has a ton of tools. So I'm not too worried about this. And can't Baton Pass to, in my case, I can't Baton Pass to Deoxys Speed, or Indeedee, but I can Baton Pass to Quavel, to Thunderous, to, you want to throw Shaman in there, you want to throw a little Buck in there. Definitely some still really good like Mons I can do that with, and I'm also planning to get another Mon that's gonna be really good with Baton Pass. If all things go well, they will be on my team and they'll be good. So some notable things about this team: I don't have a real fire type. I say real because I have Terra fire type, which is interesting, but I don't actually have a fire type, which is kind of weird because on this team I'm really worried about those steel types. Because my breakers for it are Terrafire Indeedee and Pokeweevil. Those are my 3 breakers for steel types, which is really worrisome. So one of my plans to get a fire type that can come to matches. So I have that. And then the thing I don't really like is rocks. I don't know if I'm making a change for it, but I have 2 spikers and 1 rocker in my rockers. So it's like everything else about this team, I have the majority of the cores. I have electric type, like speed to a little end, but Deoxys Speed is kind of going to cover a lot of those speed too. And 111 is certainly not compared to last season, where it felt like my fastest Mon was like 80 or like 70 speed, or it was Urshifu, which has like 97. So that is slow. And I had Mousehold, but Mousehold didn't come. I had Bramble Gas, but I traded that because I didn't like using hit. I'm actually, but it felt insanely slow, and it felt like I was always using the same Urshifu sets. It was working, can't complain, but it felt like it's frustrating. So to be able to now have literally the second fastest Pokemon in the game, and have like 100 B tier and 95, 85, and just have fast Mons that actually run speed, I'm pulling them up. Yeah, Armorage, I had Rotom Fan, I had Goldango, which is 84, I had Flapple, which is, I think, 75 or 80, 70, so yeah, I went Mousehold, and then all the way down to Urshifu, and then all the way down to Golda, and Rotom Fan, and Goldango, and then, like, it was really slow, and it was not fun to play. So I'm glad this time using a lot more quicker team. I have actual strategy. Last time I didn't really. It was Urshifu versus the world. I felt like. I had things I could kind of switch together. I didn't have a spike setter that was good for Goldango. Carving, I love carving, but I didn't have a great spike setter. I had Mousehold, which kind of is anti Goldango sets. I really feel great. I had all these different contrasting things, and it led to me getting 4 points in 12 weeks. So I'm hoping I've made a lot of changes to that. I've taken some time, so I'm hoping this season is different than this. So my projection, I think I'm going to get around 7 wins, maybe 8. But if I'm being a bit realistic, probably 5 or 6. I don't know how actually locked in I'll be, because I'll probably be taking some what. So that's gonna be great. Have a great one, and I'm back. So, hey, I'm back. Right after the breakdown, week 1 versus, I believe, a really interesting team. I'll bring it up right here. I don't know how much of this you can see. Actually, I don't think I. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I can't do that. So for now, we're just gonna go to this. Let's go to this. We'll go to this scene. We'll go to. I'm so sorry. We'll go to this scene. And their team, coach of the Valley Bocaronas, have Iron Moth, Milotic, Jolteon, Go-Goat, Spidops, Mandibuzz, Mammoth, Shrine, Valiant, no Frostlass, no Spidops, no Go-Go, Iron Moth, Milotic, Jolteon, Mandibuzz, Mammoth. And then Terra Captains, Jolteon, which is insane, Electric Ice, Fighting, and it's only 8, which is insaner. And then, so, really interesting team. I am not a fan of this team. This is not a team I would draft, because it's so, tanks, it doesn't feel like there's a ton of stuff. There's U-turn, there's pivot with the tanks, but there's not. Jolteon can pivot, and it is interesting. I think it can work weeks, but I don't know how great it's gonna be. But against my team, I felt like I had a really good matchup into this, because there's a lot of avenues I could play. You see Quackable, you see Deoxyspeed, you see Indeedee. Ton of different sets I could have used for each of them. I thought about Baton Pass strats for Didi and also for Quavel, and for Baton Pass that would only work with female. I thought about different DOS sets with possible Spike's Lead maybe, or Taunt, or different avenues with that. FQ was also an interesting one, because at first I think it was just going to be leftovers and then item rolls, and then now it's Rocket Helmet, and now it's kind of offensively based, and then Alolan is just going to things up is going to be a special. No HP investment, all special defense, like literally my go. And then Thwacky was just going to be Thwacky. I didn't really like Lucy just because I was Go-Go positive. Still was kind of like, I don't know about it. And then some other sets I was considering and ended up bringing. No item, Thunderous, Defiant, and then Acrobatics, U-Turn, Bulk Up, I don't know, Hammer Arm, and Cell Slam. So that was a possibility. And then I didn't really think about any champion sets. Glaceon, Snowskate Boots with Freeze Dry, Ice Beam, Wish, or like Tom Pass, or like some set like that, max defense for Mamoswine. But then I was like, Aki just has a better matchup into a lot of things. I feel like that should come, so it did. What else is on my team? Gabite was just thought about like standard Gabite with Bidef for Iron Moth, but then I was like, Muck does that, I don't need to worry about it. And it just kind of like a weird thing against Jolteon, which spoiler, Terra Ice. And I was like, okay, I could run Terra Ice on Gabite, but then I was like, it was just kind of like, so I ended up with this team. I'm really happy with it, and it was kind of like mixed offense. The really only true tank is like, everything else is like Quavel's bulky leftovers. It pairs well with Grassy Surge, and it's mainly for Mamoswine. Alola Muck's just kind of a special tank. I'm hoping, or I was hoping, that I would be able to chip stuff down. I knew Alola Muck was probably going to die this matchup, just because it's going to be tasked against both Jolteon and Iron Moth, possibly Whimsicott, possibly Frostlass, so there was a ton of stuff where I was like, I'm probably going to have a tough matchup, and it's probably going to end up dying. So I wanted to be able to chip stuff down with it, and then get it in range of my super. So that was kind of a big goal, was put Quavel, because I had Aqua Step, so I could always get a good matchup and sweep. DD and DOS in a space where they can succeed and win the game. So with all that being said, what was my lead? Well, I was like, I want spikes. So I led Klefki. I thought they would lead Mamo. I thought they could lead Manabuzz. And when I put up the first spike, I was like, oh, it's kind of unfortunate, which we call it. Manabuzz could come in, so I don't really like that too much, so... And the Volt Switch, pretty obvious. I think that might... I'm not sure if that's specs or not, but did a lot of damage. I'm not Spadef or anything. Mamoswine comes out, and I was like, that's fine. That is dealable. I'm fine with this. They're gonna get up rocks. I'm gonna Magnet Rise. Late game edition, Mamoswine was really threatening. I wanted to be able to deal with it with nearly every mon. I wanted every mon to have that opportunity. Quavel's obviously the main one, but I was expecting high horsepower, so that's why I'm rocking Helmet. Just in case I can't get that Magnet Rise off. But they're just gonna set up rocks here, and I'm gonna actually force a switch out. I think I just steel moved because I was like, if they stay in, that's great. They're just gonna bring this, and I'm like, oh, let me go a little amok. And from here, a little bit more reactionary from me. I'm just like, oh, what are they gonna do? They go Cobalion, which I was like, oh, yep, that's a good play. They're gonna get the +1, but you're gonna see their body press, which doesn't actually get affected by that +1. So kind of weird, whatever. I thought for sure they would go Manabuzz here. There's no reason to give up this mon as I tried to, and I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to pivot around, I'm gonna have to do some random ass shit. This mon comes in, they taunt. I don't have CC. I forgot to put CC. I have 2 boosts. So I'm like, oh, kinda bad. And luckily they switched on. And we're gonna get some Aqua Slip shit. But it's just really good because it allows Amok to get some health, and we're gonna get some Pressy too. So, Learn Voice. Cool, I don't know. Actually, it's just... Manabuzz is gonna come in, which is kind of like, oh, unfortunate. And here I was like, I'm gonna go DOS, and I'm going to try and set up. And then I was like, wait, that's really stupid. Don't do that. So from here, I just taunt because I was like, oh, I don't want a Toxic coming out. And I went hard this because I was like, there is no way in hell you were raw action. And I was like, thank God. And from here, I could just go Quavel and we're fine. Bruce, whatever. Iron Moth comes in, which is kind of like, I don't want to risk anything, and I want this healthy, so I'm like, okay, just do this. Damage, which is fine. From here, easy predicted Valion. I haven't seen anything in play, so just and I don't want this getting chipped, so I'm going to apply that press. Message rate is still up. So we're gonna get a lot more recovery. They're gonna taunt here, which I think is interesting, but we're gonna be able to pick up the pill. So we're back to 5-5 even. And we're gonna get a Moxie. It doesn't really matter too much just because I don't really have too much as well with it. This does way more than I thought, and I was like, oh crap, that is unfortunate. But we're gonna go here, we're gonna force a switch because they have Grassy Light, and I predict that. Super clutch. That is super clutch if we got this off, or if we got Jolteon off. That would have been great, and I think this one's even better. Which is a lot more scary. Now, this allows DOS to start 2 mons can't enough Scarf, max 200. This minimum uninvested is super. So, we're in a really good position here. We're just whittling stuff down. And from here, I can sack Alolan Muck if I want to, and I'm going to because I don't really have another great answer for this. Like, I have stuff like DD that can really get into it, so I'm like, oh, I'll just sack it, and we'll go from there. I forgot it was +1. From here, I was like, okay, they didn't switch last time. There is no way they aren't going hard Manabuzz. This mon, I know it doesn't look the best, but it's faster than Quavel, so it can pick up a kill on Quavel, can pick up a kill on Thwacky. I feel like they should switch, and they didn't. And this isn't, this is not a roll at all. This was just a good roll, but this never killed. So I made the min-ground play of like, they're probably gonna switch. Let me just type it. They didn't. So I was kind of like, fuck. And Bug Buzz is going to kill because they have Bug Buzz for some reason, but it's also +1, so anything +1 probably kills. And I'm Scarf, which is why I outsped and why DD would have been really good for the end game. So I was like, well, shit. I have to win the game now. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna Cosmic Power. I didn't calc anything because I was like, this is literally last ditch. I don't have another play besides go Thwacky. And then DOS loses to Mamoswine in the end. So I'm like, I'm just gonna have to go for it. If they crit, they crit. If they kill, they kill. And they don't kill, we get the weakness policy, and we can store Power Sweep from here. They are going to make a weird play. They're going to go Mamoswine here, and I was like, I don't care. There's literally no way they can outspeed me. They probably are disregarding Psychic Terrain. They were. And we're going to be able to sweep from here, because this is going to come in. This is not a... The crit did not matter. I didn't say it during the battle, but the crit did not matter. It is a 180 base power move, plus 2. It doesn't matter. It was probably, I'm assuming, physically defensive. And if it wasn't, then it did end up mattering. But I think even from there, Iron Moth is dead. Mamoswine is dead. You just have Mana Buzz this and this. These two mons, I think, can end up winning the game. Especially because this is going to be lower. So, we're going to be able to come out of here with a win. Milotic's is going to come out. It's just not bulky enough, especially for stored power. And Jolteon's going to come in, Terra Ice, and it drops. So, we're going to come out with a Week 1 victory, which is really nice. It was really, really... I was really happy to see the victory. I don't think I played great. I really don't. I think I made a lot of mistakes. I think I made some ill-advised predictions, and I almost end up losing from them. Sometimes I just forget. I go like small brain, and I'm like, they probably want to sack this mon, or they probably want to keep this mon because of XYZ, when those aren't really good reasons, and that is like the opposite of what they're trying to do, like trying to sack a mon to bring something in. Sometimes I just completely miss those, and it happened here. So I think I played alright, and we got the win, which did so much for me. So I'm happy with that. We're going to start off 1-0, plus 3, and we got the whole season in front of us. Our division is insanely tough. I will quickly go over it. There you can see the kill sheet for them, and I guess we can look at mine really quick, but great. These are the teams, etc. Cool, great. I can't, this white shit is gonna fucking bother me to the end of time. Anyways, we look at standings. We are in the Canyon Division, and this is gonna be fun. Both of these divisions are gonna be so much fun. You can only see the Canyon Division, but look, 4 teams are 1-0 because we didn't play each other. I don't think, unless one of these teams played each other. You also see DOS is number 2 on kill leaders. So we're looking for another Urshifu rapid strike season from one Pokemon. It's DOS. I don't really give it too much of a damn about it unless it's late season and playoffs don't matter. Then I'm like, I want to get this thing kill leader. But right now I'm just looking for wins. So we're in 3rd. Season doesn't really matter too much. We just want to get enough wins to be able to coast a little bit, and then we'll pick it up as the season goes along, hopefully. The Savannah Division is the same way as ours, except probably a little bit better. A lot of good teams here, especially FC Listen, and Spiel, I think both of them are really good, and this is just a really tough division, if we're being super honest. I think at least these 5 teams are really good. I think our division is also really tough. Nico's incredible. And then these 2 guys, I think, are also really good. This is a new team, but their team on paper is really good, and so is theirs. So this is going to be a tough division. And then the Coastal Division, which I think was the one that got the most hype, or the Polar. Both these divisions are going to be bloodbaths. They are going to be tough-ass divisions. And I'm assuming most of the teams, there might be one team that pulls away from the rest of the pack. But I think all of them are going to be insanely close. 7, maybe 8 win teams, 6-6, and then all of them are like 6-6, or like one team is bad and the rest are like, it's one of those divisions. You know what I mean? This division, same. I think, is this Octa? I believe this is Octa. No, I'm so bad with names. I'm so mad. No. OSHA. It's OSHA. So, OSHA is the defending champion, so I think they'll take their division. I think week 1 was kind of but are gonna have to go up against me. They have not the worst schedule, like Nico, Heal, and Ryan and Strike. Though that's really it. The rest of their schedule seems like a lot of new people, or a lot of people who I just think aren't as good as Asha, especially since they won last season, so they have that to their name. I think they're going to make playoffs, and I think they're going to win their division. Very All of this to say is just really tough schedules. Really, really tough schedules. And really, it's going to be a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun last year seeing how playoffs shook up, and there was a lot of teams that made it. So I'm hopefully going to be in that front. We're already in third, which is great. I think first seeds get a bye, and then the twos and threes battle in the playoffs. So it's going to be really fun. I'm hoping I can at least lock up a playoff position, or at least go 6-6 or something like that. But good start, and I think next week's going to be really tough. I think we're playing Liam, and Liam's got a really fucking annoying ass team. Because it's rain. It's fucking rain. Both of his Terra Captains are Swift Swimmers, so I don't think it's that great of a rain team just because your biggest threat is our Caledon, and while oh my god, while our Caledon got banned, we get banned from both OUs, Nat-Tex and regular. Well, it's incredible. I think it really needs that number 2. I think Ogrepon Wellspring's going to be big. I think that one's going to be insane. This team is really scary. Rain is scary no matter what, especially in a league where you don't really have those answers, but I think I'm lucky in the fact that I have fast Pokemon. That being said, Quillfish Hisui is probably going to be a problem. So, we'll have to see how it all turns out. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry, my voice isn't the greatest. This pause, I'm so bad. Hey, yeah, we are back. We are here. Hopefully everything goes well. I don't think I'll be editing this. Also, 3 stutters. Whatever. I don't have a fire type, so I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried, but I'm also not. So, it's gonna be it for me. I hope you all enjoy. Have a fabulous day. Hopefully I didn't reveal too much. Have a great one.
Hi, it's me. I'm finally back with an actual live recording. We're playing Malion. I'm so fucking nervous because this team is so scary. It's rain, and it's a ton of rain. I think Kilowattrel is gonna come, and I'm really scared about that. And also Ayo, because that's crazy. The Trio, which I also think could come. Ogrepon, Wellspring, Tentacruel, Tauros Putty, and Aqua. Our Caledon, Golduck, which is a Terra Captain, Quillfish Hisui, which is a Terra Captain, Pelipper, and Bronzong. This team revolves around rain, so it's gonna be really tough because I feel like the goal is just gonna be get rid of Pelipper, and because of that, that's why Gabite's here, and I'm Terra Ground for specifically the Caledon matchup. I'm very terrified of it if I'm being honest, so I want something that can check it. So that's my reasoning for that. I'm just making sure everything's correct. I think I'm good. And then DOS is just funny DOS. So let's go. There's that. Quillfish is going to be a big threat that I'm worried about. So I think I'm just going to lead Gabite. That's my gut. I think they're going to lead. How does it look? I have 2 oh, that's not good. They led Pelipper. I didn't think they'd lead Pelipper. Oh my god. This is not the best lead. This is really not the greatest lead. They could be Specs, which is really scary. I just was not anticipating this lead. I wasn't locked in. They don't... This Pelipper definitely has Ice Beam, doesn't it? But I'm faster. I am faster. There's no Tentacruel, so rock stay up, so I'm actually gonna rock here. I'm gonna rock here. I'm not scared. Mama didn't raise a pussy. They could screens. Muck is pretty free here to just do whatever it wants. Cool, and we're just gonna start cursing. They don't really have a good switch into this thing, which is why I brought it. Our Caledon's gonna come in, which isn't too terrifying. Definitely is not too terrifying. So, I could knock. I think I'm going to knock, because they could just do that. That's gonna tickle a little bit, but we're gonna knock off the AV, and now we gotta pivot. Now we gotta start doing stuff. So they could Dragon type move, and I think they're gonna Dragon type move, so I don't want to go Gabite. I also don't want to sack this one because this one is gonna be really big, and I feel like I'm gonna have to sack something, which is so not ideal, so terribly not ideal. Yeah, that is not great. I should have drained because I think they're Dragon moving. And there's nothing I can do, right? I think I have to just sack the Gabite here and just live with it. They Electrosat? Electro Shot. Cool. So that's fine too. So now we can just Terra Ground. I don't know. We could Earthquake. Earthquake's fine. I do like Dragon Tail. I think Dragon Tail is just a better play. But I will just Earthquake. I think they'll just kill me here. No, they won't because I'm built different. You don't even kill. Oh my god, you're so trash. Oh my god. Garbage Mon of the Year. So we'll sack that. And we can just go. We can just go. I don't want to reveal Glaceon. Thundurus is extremely free. We can just fire off a Thunder if we need. Does that allow in anything? I could allow Coefficient. Deoxys Speed could also just click a button, but I want to save that. So I think Thundurus is the best play, and I think we just fire off the Thunder, and we don't look back. If they want to go, they could go Kilo. I don't think they would though. I think they're just gonna sack when they do. So that's good. And I think now they'll go Kilo, and that's fine. They can't really touch me besides Thunder, which, you know, they go this. Why did they go this? I'm not. You think I'm that? You think I'm not built like that? Come on now. Who do you think I am? I'm built like that. I gotta stop. So I'm in a really precarious position because they could just start setting up their Swift Swim because they didn't drop, and I doubt their Poison Point. The question now is, what do I want to do, right? I'm Prankster. I can't hit them. They could Terra Poison and start doing shit. I don't really want them to do that. So what is my course of action here? Do I have Calxa? I don't think I have my Calx. Oh my god. I don't know, man. I feel like Muck's the play, but if they SD, I'm in a really bad position. I just will be in a really bad position. And I think sacking this is fine in the grand scheme of things, right? Because if this dies, I still do have an Ogerpon answer. I feel like I can still kill Pelipper, I can still kill Ogerpon. So I think letting this go is fine. Where's Quillfish Hisui? I am so sorry this is taking so long. Thunder, we are modest, built different. Thunder is a kill. Thunder, that's without Eviolite, and that's without Eviolite. So that's the issue, right? Because if this is Eviolite, we got a big Eviolite. This is Eviolite, we have a big problem here. Poison Barb. I don't think this should do a ton. I'm just scared if this is like, or Barbarage. I'm just scared if this is landed. And it doesn't look like it does too much, but I will just make sure. It should do only half if it's adamant, whatever. And I think I'm willing to live with that. So I'm just going to Thunder. Okay, thank God. I'm so sorry. And now we can just D-wave this. Alright. We're so good. I'm fine with that. I can take that sack for sure. And now we just go this. We just go this. And we can, I think, Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball, drop. I am so sorry. And this Mon will endgame, so I think we just... I'm not playing to keep Mons here. Just freeze dry. Let's just get these kills. GG's. I was so scared. I was so scared. GG's. Alright, that's good. That is really good. So, I was not expecting to start 2-0. 2-0. Where is... Oh, yes. Alright, and we both did show team. So, thank God none of us hit stats. I'm really happy. I am extremely happy. I'm assuming week 2 is out. Telling him, I got it. I got it, man. Why are these guys here? Where are these things? Oh, and it is okay. Alright, my B. Cool. That, we don't need it. Alright, so, that felt good. I felt in control of that whole game. The only thing that really sucked was the crit, and they were Eviolite, that definitely mattered. That mattered. That really did matter. So that, I'm really sorry about that then. That, I know it's not my fault technically because the game, whatever, but it's still just really unfortunate, and I apologize about that, because if they're +2 and they're adamant, right? +2, 188, adamant, technically, oh no, they won't bluff. They have Waterfall and Crunch. They click Crunch, that doesn't kill. Waterfall does though, which is, or it might be a roll, but it's like heavily in their favor. Or it's a 50-50. So it's a 50-50. So that makes me feel not as horrible about it, but I think Shaman beats that set 1v1. Obviously, I wouldn't know that in that situation, right? Because they could have Bar Barrage, but game isn't technically over. But yeah, I'm happy about this. Like I said, was not expecting to win this game, so I'm really happy I pulled it out of my ass. And I got really lucky, right? I can't even deny that I got lucky, because that changed the whole thing. That definitely changes the whole thing, because it's obvious, because they have a 50-50 to KO. If they KO, great, and whatever, and all that. Are they Terra Water? Are they Terra Water? Yeah, they were Terra Water. So yeah, they KO then, because they Terra Water, and then whatever. I should have probably put priority on something. I think that was definitely a big misplay. No, Shadow Sneak doesn't. If they Terra Water, then Shadow Sneak probably picks the kill or something. But I'm also just thinking of Stream Speed, Deoxys Speed, or like something like that to have in the back, because I wasn't thinking that much about possible mons. I'm sure this is just enough to outspeed DOS or Garf DOS or something. Sorry, here, right? If it's in this is just enough to outspeed. So, sorry, I'm trying to like have some coherent thoughts and think about it. I got the lead matchup extremely wrong. I was looking at in the other game, the first week, and he led Archaludon instead of like Pelipper, and Pelipper is so crucial because rain, and this team literally has to have rain to function. So I was like, oh, last time he led Archaludon, I think this time he's probably gonna just lead, and he led Archaludon. I think it countered whatever the presumed setter was on the other team. I can pull this up. Let me see. So they had the other team had webs. They could have led Ogerpon. They could have led Lapras to counter Pelipper lead. They could have led whatever, right? And they let Archaludon into Lapras, and Lapras was the counter. So I was assuming that was how they were gonna do it, right? I thought they were going to lead. Also, no Tauros. I was thinking about bringing screens, and I chickened out last second. So kind of disappointed now, because I think screens, I would have been fine with screens. But also, okay, that's the tough part though, is with screens, especially against rain or sun or like any kind of weather like that, it's really hard to get screens up and then be able to still play the game, because Quillfish had SD. If we're playing Sand, Excadrill has SD. We're playing Sun, Venusaur has growth, tons of mons get growth, and then it just matches the screen. So it's like, what's the point? So I wish I did, but if I did, then they just go hard Quillfish, and it's like, whatever. One of my favorite items in the game is Utility Umbrella. I always try, whenever I'm in these weather matchups, if there literally any way I could utilize a utility umbrella. One time, the only time I think I've actually used it is against a rain team, obviously, with Tapu Lele utility umbrella defensive to hit Kingdra, so that the water edge or whatever is not whatever. But it also, for like moves like Hurricane, or I guess, I don't know if there's any other examples like that where it's like weather dependent. I guess Hurricane and Sun, or like Hurricane and Sun, I think it might have the same effect, where if you're holding a utility umbrella, I'm pretty sure both just become 70% accurate no matter what. So then they ended up missing Hurricane in the rain, which is insanely funny, and I ended up winning. So I always look for stuff like that, but for this matchup I couldn't really find anything. I was dead set on Scarf Glaceon. I felt like the end game there, just the amount of water types on their team is insane. Ogerpon, they have Tentacruel, they have Paldean Tauros, they have Golduck, they have Quillfish Asui because it can terrestrialize into water, and Pelipper. That is 6 mods that you could have a full water type team. That's crazy. So I figured Fruitshy would come up. It did. I had to make that Shadow Ball read because I didn't have to, but it was one of those, like, oh, you're probably going to just switch out. If they Ivy Coastal there, they win. They probably just win. Because, like, Shaman, I don't think Shaman can clutch. DOS could probably clutch, but I don't really have a ton for the Bronze Zone matchup. So I got really lucky. I'm definitely admitting that I got really lucky, and I'm happy I won. But next week I have to play a lot better. I'm gonna have to play a lot better because this is not how you win championships. Yes, you need luck. You definitely need luck, but I cannot be relying on luck for like all of these matches. And I think I had a good game plan. I think I made really good reads, but I think Quillfish probably should have swept my team, depending on if I would have realized in time that Shaman could come up. And I was playing on Kasibberry. Here, I'll just show you. Kasibberry Shaman, but I ended up, because I was thinking about the set and I was like, Shaman comes in, this is my Ogerpon Well counter, but then I was like, Ogerpon Well can just SD on me, it can like, just start going off and just set up on me, so I was like, okay, I can't really run like a Leech Seed Protect kind of deal, so I had to air slash in, and I had Leech Seed, and I was like, when am I realistically ever going to quick Leech Seed? So I switched that for Baton Pass, for just being able to pivot around if a Quillfish comes in, or if I switch this on Tauros Paleo Aqua, and then I can just switch out, or I can just... So that was kind of my rationale. I think, like I said, I got real lucky with the crit on Quillfish, because that doesn't kill, even if I'm modest. I should have probably ran specs, but that's besides the point. I had to get that turn right, I had to stay in. It was a little risk for me, because I have a Glaceon in the back, so I wasn't too concerned. So I still agree with that play. It was insanely risky, and I'm extremely fortunate that the crit happened. Obviously, we don't know if Para comes in, that's a 30% on top of the whatever 6% crit chance it is. So I don't like winning this way. Clearly, I'm not a fan of this, because this makes me feel worse about it, because it's like, oh, I just got really lucky. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other ways I could have cut better for this Quillfish, because this Quillfish was so fucking scary. I love the Bronze Zone. We came out with a win, and that's all you could ask for. I guess we could go over other sets I was like, half considering, half not. I talked about the Klefki set. Thwacky was never considered. I thought Shaman did everything better. What else? Quaquaval was considered as just like spin support, because I was kind of scared of like T-Spike Barbarage set. That didn't end up coming, and it was something far more sinister. So I actually do wish I brought it, because then it would have walled it extremely well. It was like max HP, adamant, max attack, Quavel, so it could have taken it on at least decently well, especially if I had it in the back for we have that scenario again, because who could Quavel replace, I believe, a Bite. So obviously we have like a different situation there, but yeah, I could have just sacked Muck there too. There was also that I didn't really have to, because like, what else did they have? Pelipper. I could have sacked Muck, I could have just clicked Drain Punch, or could have just clicked Drain Punch and sacked it, and then we still have that bring in Thundurus, and Thundurus puts in the work and whatnot, or I just go DOS and I click Focus Blast, or there were a lot of ways that it could have gone, but I got really lucky. Again, I'm sorry, Malium. I just wish... I don't like hacks, and you probably... I feel like you wouldn't want me to say this, but I feel like you probably would have won, and it just sucks that that couldn't have played out the morally correct way. There's no way. But that's Pokemon. At the end of the day, this is just a kid's game that we take a little bit more seriously. So that's about that. I hope you enjoy. I hope I cut this down, because this is crazy. I feel like this is so long, but let me check. 25 minutes. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Have a great one, and tell your family that you love them. If you have a family, or if you're in good contact with them, be there for a loved one, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Hello. Your girl, Scary back, and we're playing God. This is terrifying. This is so terrifying, but we'll do it. We'll win. Of course. I think Lundy's a Thunky. Oh my god, Lundy. Thunky's a fine lead, and I could just kind of do anything I want with it. So I think I'll do that. I like a bite, but I need it healthy for Blaziken. Quaquaval, Blaziken answer. It's Torrent literally to get in range of Aqua Jet. I've thought of everything. Not really. Shaman, this is Ursaluna counter. This is just speed control. So I'm just gonna leave Thunderous. Not think that's a little on the unfortunate side, but think we can Rasnod for damage, I guess. They always live. Question is, how much do they want this alive? I think Bulk Up's better because I feel like they go. Who do you go into, right? You think Grassnot's coming out, so maybe you go Reggie? Possibly. I want damage though. So I think maybe Bulk Up into Acro might be better. Shaman's the easy play. Shaman's an easy play to make. I think I'm gonna just go Shaman. I don't want to risk anything. They did just go Reggie. So we can just switch. I don't know. I did not prep at all for this mon. Oh my god. I'm just realizing that now. I had Klefki, and then I replaced it with Quavo. I need to think right on the spot. Obviously, are we? I feel like it's gonna Terra Steel. Just Dragon Claw. That's fine. I need chip. Dragon Claw is super fine. Super, super fine. Super, super fine. Could get rid of that. I'm so dumb, dude. I should have bulked up. Oh my god. I misplayed the hell out of that. I need this mon. So I can't even like back it. I don't have a switch in. I think I just have to go Thunderous. I think I have to go back to Thunderous. Because I don't have a switch in. I should have bulked. I should have bulked up, man. I second guess myself. So hard. So hard. That's not funny at all, man. Come on with it. That's not. Okay. I think we should be able to live one. We get the bulk up. We should live. Perfect. And it brings in this. Cool. So we'll just Thunder Punch then. No reason not to Thunder Punch. No reason not to Thunder Punch. Should always kill. If they bring in Ursaluna, that's also fine because this mon is now served its usage. It has served its usage. So that was scary. That was really scary, and it's not even over yet. Not even over yet for that guy. Let's think. Would they switch? Depends on whether they can live it or not. Guess that answers that question. Okay, I think we just Grass Knot and get the damage, and we just run, and that's that. I'll take 71. I'll take the 71. S, we can go. DD gives us momentum, right? Because they can't. They could. What am I on about? Shaman's fine, but it allows Reggie Drago in for free, and we don't want that here, so I think Quaquaval is fine to just, like, CC or knock. I think we knock, right? Depends on whether they want to sack this or not, because this thing has a great matchup. I think they will, but they didn't. They didn't. Oh my god. I'm playing horribly. Oh my god. I need to calm the hell down. Calm the hell down. No blast, we take it. Stupid F drop kind of sucks. Honestly, expanding free as hell, expanding into something. So I'm so sorry, God. I literally was like, bring your best, and I just didn't. I'm so sorry. I'm not thinking. So we're gonna pick up Ursaluna, which is fine, but I don't like how I played that at all. At all. Shaman's kind of useless. I wish I was Worry Seed Shaman now. I want to get Rock/Spikes up as soon as possible, but that's not really going to be possible with Reggie Drago in the way. And I think that's going to try and set up if it comes back in at all. And it could be Terra Steel, or what is it? Fire? Fighting? Or Dragon, of course. I'm not thinking. I'm not using my brain. So this is going to come in, it's just going to set up. I assume Hazards, which is like ish. I don't really mind it, but Reggie Drago would be an issue, right? This could be Scarf. This really could be Scarf. This little shit could be Scarf. What am I looking up? ASL. This little shit could be Scarf. Could be Scarf. I don't want to dismiss that because they need speed control. So they might Volt, might Bug, or they just set up webs and they're Scarf webs, which honestly would be hell of a play. Hell of a play, but I'm at a really sticky spot here. Really sticky spot here. So how do I... Well, I think I already lost this. How do I lose this? Blaziken gets set up, or Reggie Draco gets set up. How do I prevent that? I can't really do anything to prevent it, but I could be better about it. So Galvantula. I'm so sorry this is taking so long. Gleam, no way to hit. Let's see. I think I go that and just set up rocks. That way I'm at least putting this chipped and I'm putting this chipped and I think that's the play. I think that's the play. I think that's the play. Because if this sets up at all, am I playing God? Anyway. Steel Fire. I think I just bring in Gabite and I just bite the bullet and that's that. And we just set up rocks. Alright, perfect. Oh my god. That's so infuriating. Oh my god, I used my Terra Psychic. That's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. That's fine. I just wanted rocks, man. Are you serious? I thought this was Scarf, and it was. I'm so mad. I made last second changes. I'm so mad. I should have kept Muck. Should have kept Muck. This is Scarf. I think we can just... It's all good. I should have knocked. I'm not playing very well. At all. So we're getting it chipped. We can go this. That's a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not gonna lie. I'm just gonna Seed Flare. They want to bring in this, that's fine. Crit, I'll take it. Sorry about that. I think that's fine. Right, because they're just gonna claw, and that's okay. This is the game, yeah. They're just gonna claw, right? And I don't need this mon, so I think Seed Flaring is fine, right? Because that was 1.5. So Seed Flare is fine again, I think. So we're just Citrus, we're not anything special. Perfect. So Reggie Drago's gone, so that's good. That's really good, but I need my spikes up. I need them up. So I might Healing Wish and try and keep the Healing Wish alive. Especially with this thing. So this is gonna buzz. I think I have to sack this and I Healing Wish. If they let me, they don't. We're finally gonna knock. Except I forgot that they already did that. I so lost this so long ago. I guess we'll set up spikes. I misplayed this so badly. I misplayed this horrendously. Hello, Mew. What is up? I don't want you doing anything, so that's so crazy. That is so crazy too. That is so crazy. Last move on the previous turn. I think we just Psycho Boost for her 23% chip. Crit is crazy. Please. This outspeeds, right? I can't go hard this because then does Aqua Jet kill? Shush. Does Aqua Jet kill? I have to go this, right? Have to go Coquavel. Then I have to see if Aqua Jet kills. Yeah, it's -1. 50. Not even close. Yeah, God outprep me, for sure. I wasn't thinking at all when I removed Clef Key. Cause, okay, I'm sorry, let me play the game. Oh my god. My thought process behind all of this, right? You're psychic things. I think I just have to knock here. I think it's just one of those plays I have to knock here. Right? I can't jet because whatever. Perfect. So we're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna get rid of it, that's fine. This is Scale Shot, that's so crazy. That's so cracked. Good shit, Cirque Walks. But my... Hello, Preem. I have to sack this. And then just... That's unfortunate. Crit is like cool, but it's like, whatever. We both crit. So I think this is just double Psychic... It's double... Oh my god. Expanding Force. And we just pick up one, and then Galvantula picks up the kill. And it's GG's. I'm assuming they're Scarf. If they're not Scarf, that'd be crazy. They have to be Scarf, right? Unless I just like absolutely juked myself. Yeah, Scarf was so good. Like, so good. M plus DOS, I'm assuming. So yeah, that was... Ugh. I didn't play that well at all. Blaziken doing Blaziken-esque things. No, I misplayed this game so hard. I'm lucky it was only a 2-0 loss, but like, Clef Key would have been so much better. I had... Let me share my Clef Key set. My Clef Key set and a Lowland Luck. Because they would have been so much better. Both of them would have been so much better. This was just standard max defense for Ursulina Blood Moon in specific, but Could also be applied to other things. I'm assuming they were Terra. Does it say? Oh no, they were Terra Steel. Endure Custap. That's so. I don't think it would have. Well, no, because you endure, right? You endure into Thunder Punch. Dude, he thought. Literally. No timeline I win this with this team. I wish I brought my better prep, but this was just like Iron Defense, Stored Power, or Calm Mind. Sorry. Calm Mind, Stored Power, Draining with Akaberry, and Max Special Attack. Just send it. Send the whole thing. So those are my two sets that I had, and this was just, I think, Drain, Jab, Shadow Sneak for Endgame, and I think Knock. That would seem right. So those are the two sets I wanted to bring, and then I was like, Ursaluna scares me. And then I ended up with this. I don't really like the Shaman set, if I'm being honest. It was just a last resort of like, oh my god, I need to bring more Ursaluna check. Because if you look at the calcs, I think Earth Power only does like 40%. And Blood Moon, I think, does around that, if not less, or a little bit more. So, for Muck, against Muck. So, that was on me. That was on me. I should have played better. I should have offensive Deoxys Speed, could have been spooky for sure. I wanted rocks early game, but I wasn't able to get them up, and then by the time I tried to get it up, it was too little too late, and I as soon as I saw the Gavanch, I was like, there's no way this is Webs, because Webs is so bad against my team. Scarf was really, really good. Just, it's Godbear. Godbear always brings phenomenal prep. Metronome is crazy. Not even, dude, not even, I should have brought Muck. I'm so mad. Nah, my Muck set was owned. I get one poison. Offensive DOS wasn't something I was considering. I'm assuming Godbear's gonna watch this, or someone's gonna watch this. I don't know when this is gonna get posted, but Stomping Tantrum was for Skuntank, for a Psycho Boost into Stomping Tantrum. I figured that would come, and it didn't, so it was kind of unfortunate, but whatever. I would have knocked better, but yeah, I think Godbear's right. I think offensive DOS should have been a play. I liked Indeedee, just because it does Indeedee-like things, but I think, was I outspeeding Galvantula Scarf with it? No. So yeah, that was Max Scarf. I was just outrunning not plus one Mew, I think +1 Skuntank, in case that wanted to be Scarf for any reason, so Psycho Boost was just, hits hard, it can hit something, whatever. Repel, I didn't know what to put on it exactly. I didn't feel like there was a good item. I like the Sunny set. It just didn't work out. I should have just went with my gut. Completely went with my gut. And I didn't, and that costed me a Mon. I could have bulked up into Acro. I could have bulked up into Thunder. A more defensive Thunder set could have also been really good. I just really, like I said, during that battle, my brain just completely shut off for whatever reason, so Shaman was like, eh. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Have a great one, and peace. Hey! What's good? And we are back. We are back. Week 4. Looking for a bounce back for Sharpie, who I'm very scared of. Their team, we'll see it in a minute, but their team is super threatening. Very slow, but super threatening because it's slow. It's Dugtrio with Arena Trap, Houndstone with Last Respects, Skeletor, Scizor, Gothitelle with Shadow Tag, Toucanon, Gramble, Rhyperior, Hippopotas, and Slowpoke Growler. So a very threatening team. Houndstone was a mon I was super scared of, and I'm still very scared of, and it's gonna come, and not like that, but it's going to, and it's gonna suck. It's gonna really suck. And that's why Rain Dance is here, to get rid of any sand, Thunderwave to paralyze the dog. If there's Lum, that's an issue. So kinda, I don't know what to click between these two, and I need to know what that item is. Thunderous Defiant, this is Chardy Berry, so it just pops when it hits the dug, and then Asnaut is for Rhyperior and Hippopotas, and then you turn to Pivot out of Trapping, Shed Shell for the same reason. Choice Band and Gabite, this is really my only opportunity I'm going to get. I don't think Toucanon's going to come, so it's just free Earthquakes against everything. and it's gonna outspeed everyone but Doug. So I really like Bite this matchup. I think it could put in a ton of work and it could pick up a ton of kills because it has like a base 90 is nothing to scoff at. So especially with the ban. We have bulky Coquavel. I like it this matchup just because of the Scizor, the Rhyperior, something along the lines of that. Scizor to did I say I don't know. Skeledirge. It has some okay matchups. It can roost, it can spin, step, it can just do all that great stuff, and that's great. It's awesome. DD female. This is another really only opportunity I'm going to get to bring in DD female, but I think it actually is a good matchup. It's a lot more bulkier, and I need that versus body press Houndstone or crunch Houndstone. So both of those are going to be an issue, so I need to be able to counter both of those, and that's why it's this. Charm is also in case I need to lower the dog for any reason, or I need to lower any stats for any reason. I was thinking Reflect, but I was like, oh. And then Baton Pass, just to pivot. I don't imagine I'll bring this against Goth, but if I do, then that's great, because I have to be wary of this getting chipped. And then Muck Alola. So these two are really the mons I can't allow to get chipped too badly because they're my Houndstone insurance, and you need that, especially for this matchup. And then Alola Muck is a curse that has a really good matchup here. Doug's really the only thing that can threaten it, that and Rhyperior, I guess. But it's also good against Slowbro Galar. It's also good in Trick Room. That's another thing I wanted a Trick Room on because my team is slow. So, great, that's recording. Is it? Yeah. So let's challenge. I didn't do that. Custom. Alright. I didn't change anything today besides this EV set, just so that it could outspeed Houndstone if it's 252 plus. It shouldn't kill, but it's better than nothing, right? I'm so nervous. I think it's so... I hate this team. This team matches up really well against mine. Oh, also no DOS. I just didn't think it... Well, I thought I had it... I'm not gonna lie. Well, actually, did I think Goth would come? I knew Doug would come. I didn't know. This is pretty much what I was expecting. I didn't think Dirge would come. I'm gonna be completely honest. I did not think Dirge would come. Because I just didn't think it had a good matchup. Rhyperior did come. No Slowbro, so that's really good. I think we just lead Thundurus, and then U-turn and get in something like Quavel, right? And then just start. That's what I'm gonna do. Personally, that's what I'm gonna do. And it's also my most expendable mon. Also my most expendable mon. If they want to lead Doug, that is fine, and we'll just click acrobatics on it, right? Because we're faster. We're not faster. I didn't know that. I forgot. So we'll just here. We'll just acro. No reason not to. No reason not to. We could knock. I don't like knock. Yeah, you're just gonna get rocks. I guess we could just knock actually, because this knock should kill. Lets me know if you're sash, and I get a knock. All right, perfect. So it's Eviolite. Perfect. How much is this doing? I need to know this, because this is okay. I don't know why I said that, but perfect though. Low key, high key. All right. Let's put that into there. I should have had, I don't know why I didn't have calcs ready, but whoops. I think this should kill. I think it should, but I don't know that until I'm gonna click the button, right? Hippo, Potas, Grass Knot, 50. If it's max, it's a roll. I'm just gonna U-turn then. If they want a Toxic, that's fine, but I want to try and spin these away if I can. Alright, well that's not too funny. We'll just U-turn again then. I wanted to clear them, but you're gonna be like that. Alright. So I let this cool to sack the Doug. Such a jerk for that play. We'll just U-turn. This is chipped. This is chipped down considerably. It's in grass knot range, which is great. We can just pivot. We can just pivot again. If they rock slide, they rock slide. But this is just not Pokemon. This is just not Pokemon. Why is this in here? Sick. Memento. That is a play. I'm not gonna lie. Houndstone probably comes in. I assume. I don't understand that. Surge comes in. I want to knock. I want to get rid of this item. I know it's unaware, but I want to get rid of the item. And it shouldn't kill. There's 2 ghost types. I forgot about that. Loki forgot. Torsonic. Oh my god, you're such a legend. Is that what? Oh my god. That is such a demon. Oh my god. Awesome. Oh my god, you Thunderous, you're such a legend. You're such a legend. Alright, we're gonna try and get rid of these. I don't think we will be able to, but might as well try and spin these. Might as well. I don't want these. You can have them. That's not even how that works. Rock, that is fine. Whoops. Didn't mean to crit. Counter? Counter! What? Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding? That is not what I wanted to see. What the fuck? What? No. Oh my god. What I wanted to see. We could... I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to click. Like... Step? What does step do? Step? Does it put it in range? I'm fine, honestly, to just... I'm gonna step. Counter shouldn't... Well, that's not as funny. That's fine. We're just gonna go this. And we are now gonna spam some earthquakes. I want a Terra Ground. I really, really want a Terra Ground. But I don't think that's the play. I really don't think that's the play. But this earthquake, perfect. Good job, Gabite. Good shit, Gabite. Alright. That's gonna go away. And we'll be able to allow you. This is now gonna start killing shit, right? So I feel like I'm forced to earthquake here. That's cool, because it's gonna give me chip. We're just gonna try and T-wave. We're just gonna try and T-wave. We're just gonna try and T-wave. We don't get the T-wave, we don't get it, but... Alright, that's fine. We could spike here, because that hits... Get some chip on Houndstone. Chip on Houndstone reveals possible boots. I don't think it is boots, but it reveals it. I am sorry about that. That is really unfortunate. I don't really have a good play into it, if I'm being honest. I might just go hard muck, just to go hard muck. I could actually... No. I think I double spike here. That's fine. We foul play. Alright, cool, cool. I'm sorry about that. I'm very sorry about that. Houndstone is such a fucking demon. Unfort. Very unfort. Do we just rain dance? Rain dance is so funny. Rain dance is such a funny play. Oh, that is so not funny. Okay, fair enough. I lived, because I'm goated. What am I talking about? I'll knock. If they're locked, though. I don't think they're locked. They can definitely still win this. If they're banded, Crunch should kill. I don't know. I don't have enough information. Right? God, this really sucks. Oh my god. I should have ran Expert Belt. I don't know if they're Scarf, right? I don't know that they're Scarf. Fuck it. I don't think this is the right play, but... Right, we just Terra Psychic. Dig! Dig! What are we doing? What are we... Dig! 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 Oh my god. Alright. Can't sneak, can't do shit. Something far worse. Oh my god, Sharpie. Oh my god. Oh man. I feel like I played really good though. I feel like I played that really, really well. It was literally just keep NDD. Keep NDD. And we did keep NDD. It was a hit bug. Oh my god. That's so awesome. Oh my god. Dude, Sharpie was such a tough matchup. Such a tough matchup. I had to prep everything. I just kind of said fuck it. I thought this would kill. I thought it would kill. I was very wrong. Very, very wrong. What is your 60? That was a max. Holy shit. I am so sorry. That was a max roll. I did so awesome. So awesome. Such a great player. I need to know what this item was. If it was Lum, I would have... It was AV! AV! That's why Psychic did nothing. That makes a lot more sense. How did it do so much? How did it do 72? Modest, Twisted... How did it do that? How did it... If you are Assault Vest, how does Psychic do that much? My calcs are only giving me 60 or 50%. Uh-oh, because I didn't Terra. I didn't Terra. I shouldn't have Terra. That was a misplay. That was a big misplay. They had to play. They didn't play off choke. I got so lucky they didn't play off choke. Because that was a big misplay. That was a big, big misplay. I'm lucky I won that. I'm so lucky I won that. But I feel like I played that game so well. The only parts I didn't play that game... Here, we'll go through turn by turn. So I thought this lead was great. I just have to acro here on the off chance that they rock slide. They didn't. And they rock. And then they hard switch. And I call that because I was like, oh, let's make the mid ground. And I made the mid ground. Got rid of sand, which was like big. Absolutely big. From here I could just U-turn. Free pivots. Bring this back in on a memento. I knock off Scarf, which is so incredibly big. What is the roll on that? What is the roll on that? There's no way I should have lived that. What is the roll? Level 50. If they're 252 plus speed, if they are plus speed, it's a 5362. So they got, if I'm at 58%, it was a 50-50. If they're modest, is that a kill? Because then I'd feel horrible if that was like such a low roll. No, it's guaranteed. It would be guaranteed. I don't know how much health I was actually at though, because they won't tell me. But that was big. That was big. Obviously not unaware. If they are unaware, that's an issue. That one didn't. It wasn't even on the right side. And I was minus Spadef. That was the real whoops on my part. I was minus Spadef. I don't think that matters though because I still die to sand anyways, right? If I'm plus speed minus offense, still die to sand. So, and it just goes down to a 43. So better roll technically, but okay. So that was the first, that was such a big play. And even if, we'll go through the hypotheticals real quick. This dies, I just go muck, right? If this just dies to not, or Torsong, I just go to muck. And I do the same thing, right? Oh my god, whoops. I do the same thing. So I don't think that's too big. I don't think that's too big. Definitely lucky, but not too unlucky. It did give me a free turn. I didn't realize that. Or did it? Knock. It did give me a free turn to acro. That's right. So that wouldn't happen. They would still have sand. It matters. That 50-50 roll mattered. I don't know how the game goes then. I thought it was as simple as, oh, it just died after sand. But no, it did die after sand, but not. That's unfortunate. No, that a 50-50 roll. That's okay. That's unfortunate. Then here, counter is so crazy. Counter is so crazy. Not what I wanted to see at all. Spin into step to put it in range of EQ, which is gonna kill. Brings in the stone. I didn't think it had Ice Fang. So that's on me. I should have, well no, I still agree. I think my play was always sack. And then it puts it in range of Indeedee. However, I didn't realize that it did that. So, no crunch. By the way, no crunch on this. That's crazy. We can bring Klefki in, threaten T-Waves, and we did get the T-Wave. I spike once, spike twice. They set up. I foul play on a defog, and then they try to bullet punch. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate for them. Then from here, I do think Rain Dance was always the right play, because it forced them to... If there wasn't Rain Dance, I guess they always click Torch Song. But yeah, I guess they were underestimating Muck. So that was cool. I always agree with Rain Dance. I don't see another play there because then, dude, I thought I lost right here because I thought Earth Power was coming out and it didn't. So I'm really, really glad it didn't because that would have been really, really bad. So that's great. And then this comes out and I'm like, all right, you're just gonna do your thing. And then instead, they should have played for choke. We're being so real, they should have played for choke. But that's not on them. I thought this was going to be Scarf. The biggest reason why I didn't bring Deoxys. Let me turn this down from my end. The biggest reason I didn't bring Deoxys was because of this last matchup. Didi just was the better mon. Because it forces the opponent to think, should I use Crunch? Should I use Last Respect? What should I use here? Should I use Body Press? And then they ended up going for Dig. What should I use here? And for me, I was just like, I didn't like the Deoxys because I felt like I had to run Scarf Deoxys, which I could have ran because I didn't have a Scarfer, but I just thought in DD has the better chance to just kill Houndstone. And it was a complete misplay on my part to Terra, for sure, because they could have easily clicked Last Respects there. And that would have been the worst play I'd ever make then. Literally would have been the worst play I ever made. Because there's no way in hell I'm living Last Respects. Klefki does not live that shit. And it's not faster, so I got really lucky that this was Adamant too. Because I think I was 121, right? I was 121. So, probably Adamant. Got really lucky on that. And then from here, just Terra Psychic. The reason I Terra'd here out of panic, just because I was like, I think this kills, so I'm gonna click, oh my god, I'm gonna click Terra. And it didn't kill. So, I should have known they could be vested. I had in my head that they were either Lum or they were Scarf. Well, at that point, they weren't Scarf, obviously, Dirge. But I just had it in my head they were either Boots, but when they click Defog, they're not Boots. They're either Lumberry or there's some third move or third item that I'm just not considering. And there was a third item I wasn't considering. It was such a good play here. I should have. How am I supposed to know they're gonna be Vest? I can't know that. I would do it. Well, no, I wouldn't do it 100 times over. I would never. Terraing was the worst play imaginable, and I got really lucky that it didn't bite me in the ass. And big GG. They were They clicked Rock Polish, dude. It would have been so over. They clicked Earthquake instead. If they clicked Rock Polish, dude, what do I even go to? Do I try and T-Wave into a knock or something? That doesn't kill. Oh my god. Damn. Well, that was certainly a match. And big GG's, of course. We're gonna go back to 3-1 plus. What am I plus something? Really good season so far, so can't complain too much about that. Hello? What the hell? Oh, what? ASL. I just want to know where that puts me, please. So that puts us 3-1 plus 6. So that's really nice. That is actually really nice to see. Does that push any? I don't think so. Right. Also, I should have Terra Ground. That was totally the play. Terra Ground for sure kills. For sure it killed. Like that was on me. That one was genuinely on me. Terra Ground. Whoops. Terra Ground. It doesn't kill, but it does. How much is that? It does 5970. Or no. Wait. It's a roll. Not my favorite at all, but it's a roll. So that was totally the play because then NDD for sure kills. So big misplay on my part. I should have terrored. I thought about terroring, I think. So that's not just me pulling something out of my ass. I'm pretty sure I was like, should I Terra? And then I didn't. But it could have been played better. I think I still played pretty good besides from like the end part. I think we both choked a little. But we pull out with a win, which is big. We're so back. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace. Hey, what is good, everybody? We have some conversations we have to have about UBDL. Season number 12. Because they did a little gap thing. Last season, I think. We got some shit to talk about. Because, let me just check my channel. Because I haven't posted in, I think, like 3 months, right? I have content. I do have content. Months. I've just been posting it, but I do have content. And I've been sitting on a lot of it, and I've just been like, I guess marinating in my own content of like, well, I guess you don't know. But like, whatever. I took a soft break from draft for a bit, and since coming back, I've been playing extremely well. Knock on wood, because I really, I feel like I'm playing good and I want to preserve that. So, as I turn on some music. We got a team to talk about here. We're in the A-League, because we're goated like that. I did request B-League. Just because I was in that slump, I'm pretty sure, so I was just like, I don't know if I should be there. I think I missed playoffs. Or if I didn't miss playoffs, then I was like, first round exit or something. I don't really remember, honestly. I really don't remember the season, which is probably for the best. I had a Sun team. I do remember that. I had Roaring Moon, Walking Wake, which was A lot of fun. I just wasn't playing well, and I was extremely lucky to even get 4 wins in the first place, but that's besides the point. But we're gonna go over my draft, and then we're gonna go into my PRs, because I wanted to do this. I was watching, or really just listening to the guys break it down in the pod, which, hey, if you need a guest member, I'm always, well, no, I have really bad hours, but maybe I'll be available. But I'm really excited. I won a redemption season, and this felt like a great opportunity for that. So we had the 6th pick right before Iger, who we kind of, I guess, quote unquote, collaborated with each other, and we shared ideas, shared what we were going to draft. And let me go here. That's fine. Go back to here. So that's on a different tab. So go back to recording. So Iger sent me what he wanted to do, and it was fucking insane. And it somehow is perfect. It's like a rain shit. And then I sent what I wanted to do. And it's funny because watching their breakdown, what I originally wanted and what I actually went with, it's really funny because a lot of the ideas they presented were ideas I was going to implement. But then when it came down to actually drafting, when it came down to power level of the team, it just kind of was like, I didn't really like it. So I ended up moving away from what they projected or what they said. But Gouging Fire was always going to be my first pick. I was going off best mon available or best mon I wanted to try available. And I was also trying to fit Hydrapple into this team. So it was best mon available and whatnot, and it was going to go to Dragon Spam. I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to do that. Terra Hydrapple is a fucking menace, and this is one of the only opportunities that I will have to draft it. So that was my original plan. And then Sun was my original plan with Ninetales, because Iger was going to pick Torkoal, which he did. And then Ensign was on this team, Screamtail, Ninetales, Skarmory, Doug, Tentacruel, Slitherwing, Pikachu, and Sinistcha. I think this team gels pretty well. It has a lot of what they said, a lot of what they liked about this team, plus some of the stuff they wanted to see. For example, a good ghost type, which isn't fire weak and is a grass type. 2 grass types was something. Sun was something. More photosynthesis was something. Like, even like B tiers, even like, I mean, electrics, you really only have the Hydrapple / Pikachu. Did I mention Pikachu? You only have those 2. Doug can, but it's not the greatest. So in the electric and Gouging Fire, it was an interesting team. I sent to Iger, and I was kind of like, I don't really like it. Don't like this team, but this is the best I can do about it. And he gave me advice, and he was like, Instant feels very out of place. You lack removal, and you're lacking a mon that can break instantly. And I was like, thank you. Perfect. I'm gonna retool. And that was 18th, and then I retooled and sent him it on the 20th. And this is the same team I ended up drafting. So I literally got everything, which is so funny. But a lot of the concerns that they brought up, or that he brought up, were things that I was also concerned about, if that makes sense. The group, the podcast. A lot of the concerns they brought up, I was like, oh, I completely understand that. It got to a point where I was like, I might pick up Vulpix for a point. Instead of who I ended up picking up, I might draft a mon that can automatically set up Sun. That's where I was at. So I like my team. I definitely currently like my team. I think it has a lot of stuff going for it, and that starts with Gouging Fire. I always like using mons I've never used. It gives me a fresh start, and it gives me a fresh take on the mon. So Gouging Fire has such a stat spread that I love. Bulky tank, bulky attacker, setup sweeper. It can fill so many voids. It's such a versatile, criminally underrated versatile mon. And they were talking about how D-Dance is going to be threatening, or Choice Band was going to be the most threatening set, and I think that's all well and good, and you might not see its impact, but Gouging Fire, I think is a good mon. I have a very good Fairy Dragon Steel core, and that was usually my goal with teams. Is I like to have, whatever my first pick is, I like to have cores around that first pick, and this is no different. So we have a Fire Water Grass and a Fairy Dragon Steel core. I managed to sneak my favorite Fighting Dark Psychic core into this, as usual. Like, I like Gouging Fire. Like I said, I think it's criminally underrated. I think It's gonna turn some heads. I think another mon's gonna turn some heads at it being only 13 points and Terra allowed. But we'll cross that bridge. Let me pull up my next pick. As you see, Taylor. So my next pick was, oh, I just went, I might as well reveal, oops, this is not the right one. I might as well reveal all of the next picks. And that is my Fairy Dragon Silkwork. And I think this is such a good Fairy Dragon Silkwork. Especially, I'm not running Sun, so Skarmory is in a good spot. I think that's another perk with this team. I think Sun is good, but I think it kind of contrasts of what I want to do. I want a very balanced offensive team, and this is kind of perfect to that. It has the same vibes of the Chimpel team I was using pretty much, with a broken Terra Captain, amazing offensive wall breaker, or just offensive mon in general, great defensive cores, or built on great defensive cores. This team kind of fills that. Clefable's definitely there for it. I think, I very much hate Clefable. I am a Clefable hater, but for this team specifically, I think it's great. I hate the mon, but Wish is so good for this team. Another rocker, we're not going to see many rockers. There's only four, there's actually a decent amount of rockers. There's 4 rockers on this team. But Clefable has so, again, this same to Gouging Fire has the Life Orb Magic Guard. It has Trick Magic Guard even. This mon has so many cool techs with it that I think are going to be really interesting and fun and unique. Huge Charm could also be cool. I'm thinking like Landos, the Ogre Pawns of the world, things that are automatically gender locked. Being able to do something like that I think is really funny. Unaware, again, this is Dirge reincarnated. And Skarmory is just spike stacks. Hazards are so good in this generation. And especially in leagues with item clauses. There are a ton of flying types, levitators, but that's not the goal with spikes is put pressure on just mons in general, right? Put things in range of shit. And Skarmory does that. Great wall. Steel flying is one of the best defensive types we've seen, as well as being a steel type that isn't weak to ground is so good. It's a great Excadrill counter. It's a good mon. It is just a good mon. Next, I wanted to get both my water types out of the way. I like getting 2 water types. I like getting a special and a physical. I think water is the best type in the game. And as long as they're different roles, I think it's fine. That goes for any type, really. As long as they're playing different roles, I think it's fine to double up on types. And that is why we went with Ogerpon Wellspring. I haven't used this mon either, so I haven't used both of these guys. Ogerpon Wellspring is really cool because it can play defensive and offensive. This is a gargantuan offensive like beast, and it could play both sides because it has good SPDF, it has good, or at least okay HP, it has offense. Speedster, it gets spikes, spiky shield, horn leech for recovery, knockoff for items, U-turn for pivot. This mon has tons of tools, SD synthesis if I ever bring Sun, Gouging Fire, that could be cool, and it can somewhat pair with that, and I think that's cool. I do have some concerns with it not being weak or not resisting electric. Maybe it should do that, but I think it has a good enough SPDF where that's not really too big of an issue, and if it is, I have other stuff for it. Gouging Fire's one of those. Don't expect this to be an offensive set every week because, spoiler alert, that's not always going to be its role, especially with some team compositions. Fire Dragon is a sneaky good. I think I'm capping right now. I think I'm capping. It's not water weak. It's not fair. It's kind of your rock weak. It does have decent matchups against some mons, fire types and physical mons and whatnot. So I don't think it's the worst defensive thing in the world. But these two as a physical offensive, like a fire, grass, water offensive core, kind of sounds heat because they check each other extremely well. Dragon's just a good offensive type. I'm very happy about that core. If you wanted another type, Tentacruel. This was the one that was on both teams, right? This, Skarmory, Gouging Fire, and that's it. Those were the only mons I kept. And I think this one just happened to be in it, and I was like, oh, it works well. Tentacruel was one I always wanted, because I think it pairs good with Gouging Fire. They have like electric stuff going on. There's just two opposites, not great defensively, good HP, good SPDF, and then good HP, good defense, still good SPDF, but you know what I mean. Toxic Spiker, rapid spin support was something I really wanted. I know it's not the best rapid spinner, and I could have probably gone with another one or multiple, but I think it's good enough. I think this team shouldn't be too reliant on hazards. I have Skarm avoids them, Clef can avoid them, and Gouging Fire. Those are my three best mons, and most of the time, Gouging is going to be running Boots, Clefable is going to be running Magic Guard, and then Skarmory is not going to get affected by spikes, and it only takes 12% with rocks, and it's probably going to run leftovers. So that's three mons right there that aren't going to be affected by hazards, even with a spinner. So I'm not too concerned about spinning. It's fine. Like Water Poison, good defensive type. Fighting resist is great. I wish it was on the physical side because there are some things I'm scared about, but we should be fine. We'll live. So with the next pick is possibly my favorite mod on this team. It's probably going to be the MVP because it's insane, and that's Galarian Moltres. This is a Terra Captain. Dark Fairy, pretty easy. I don't understand why this is on the board. I know it's not the greatest. If these two swapped, holy shit. This mon would be fucking crazy. But 100 special attack is really good. It's going to live a couple hits, getting possibly Berserk weight range. Because of this team's not caring too much about hazards, it's not really locked into Boots. And you could definitely plan with hazards off the field. So Boots aren't going to be mandatory, which is awesome for this mon, because this mon is going to thrive. It's going to thrive with spec sets, it's going to thrive with scarf sets, it's going to thrive with Terra Dark sets, and specs. Like, this one's going to be insane, and it's going to have a killer game. It's just going to. It's that impactful of a mon. But this mon's just cracked. It has not the greatest coverage, that's why Terra's going to be so big for it, because Terra Fairy with Fiery Wrath and an Air Slash and U-Turn sounds crazy to me. And if you want to throw Shadow Ball in there, this one's going to be cracked. It's just going to be cracked, and I already know it. And people are going to sleep on this one, because this team, I'm not going to lie, when you look at just these picks, and trust me, like, there's only one other, like, in my opinion, good mon. Crazy song, by the way. This team looks underwhelming, but it's not. It's not. I think it's a B team. Spoiler, I think this team is B. They also thought it was a B, which is really funny. But this team's like, it's an team. On paper, I think it could be better, but I like where it's at, and player matches is going to be crazy. The other Terra Captain I was deciding upon, because Skarmory was 13, was Raikou. I don't like it as a Terra Captain, which is crazy to say because Bolt Beam is insane, and the fact that it's 13 points and it can Bolt Beam, like I said, insane. And I think one person, did somebody get Jolteon? Nobody got Jolteon, that's crazy. Nobody got Jolteon. And there's no Charjabug, Kilo, is that it? Yeah, those are the only two electric icers. Floatzel has water electric, and that's it. That's it. So you could make the argument for electric ice or electric water because it does have Scald, and I guess it got Scald back. I don't really remember. It gets T-Bolt, it gets Discharge and Volt and all that fun stuff, I guess Shadow Ball too. I needed speed. I needed quickness. Same fucking thing. I needed electric type pivot mon that could actually take hits, and this one does it pretty well. Again, physical side is really my only concern because I really only have one physical one, and that's Skarm. You could throw Gouging Fire in there. Like I said, I think it's primarily going to be a more defensive variant, or like not as cutthroat offensive. So I'm kind of scared on defensive, and this isn't really helping, but I think Raikou brings a lot of more positive traits. I don't really have that bulky pivot yet on this team, so it fills that role. It can break. It can set up, it can break, it can do stuff like that. So I like Raikou. It was either this or Kilo. I didn't really like Kilo because I was going to get Moltres, and like I said, I like mons playing different roles, and they both get pivot. They both are great Terra Captains. They're both special attackers, It just didn't make a lot of sense. So I went with Raikou as my other special attacker, and I think that's good. I think I have 2 really good special attackers and 2 really good physical attackers, and that's all you could ask for, really. So I'm good with the team. I'm good with that. And now we can move on to the mons that are probably gonna make 1 or 2 appearances, just depending on the matchup and whatnot. First is Mudsdale. I love Mudsdale. I'm a big Mudsdale supporter, but it is meh. It's good Earthquaker. It is a good Earthquaker, good Banded Mon, good Assault Vest Mon. This Mon can definitely play a ton of roles. I just don't know about it on this team. I'm gonna need an Electric Stopper, just because. Let's go through the electric types on other people's teams. For some reason, who's Hades? I forget who that is. They don't have an electric type. Doomsday Stars has Rotom Fan, which is a great pivot option, great defensive wall. Again, the Salish Sableye. Oh no, they have Magnezone. Magnezone is like Mudsdale, good against that. Swampert Squad doesn't have an. Jeez, this is not great for me. Raging Bolt, that Mudsdale good against, though the team is fucking crazy for it. Granted, but whatever. You have Belly Bolt, which it's good against, so that's cool. It could run like Lum or some shit like that. Zapdos, this is definitely a good Zapdos answer. Vikavolt, okay, Vikavolt answer, not the best, but can get the job done. You worry about Energy Ball, but antics. Kilo, with Terra Ice, but you could run just Assault Vest and then just spam EQ on it, and it's frail as fuck, so it's probably gonna die. Or you just run Bandit, and it's, again, just gonna die. DC Diancies have Electrode, which is Electrode, it's not Terra, so it's pretty ass, and then Electivire. So there are some decent matchups for it, but not a ton. And that's kind of where I'm like, eh. It gets rocks, but again, I have 3 other mons, which I honestly wasn't expecting, so this isn't really required as a rocker, per se. It could fill a ton of cool sets, which is cool, right? I don't want to be reliant on 8-pointers and 5-pointers. That's where they shine, is when you don't expect them to come, and they do this crazy-ass set, right? Roar is cool for just phasing, and it's Mudsdale. Everyone knows Mudsdale. And then we have Paldean Tauros stuff. Paldean Tauros Combat, which somebody brought it up. This one barely comes in leagues. It's barely picked. It barely comes. There's better options on the fighting side. There's better Tauroses on the fighting side. Literally, both of them are better. I think Fire's the best. I think Water's second best, which is unfortunate to say, but unless they can Terra, I think they're kind of it. That's besides the point. Tauros Paldean without any Terra is meh. Again, Intimidate's cool. Anger Point, I really want to use Anger Point. Like, that Urshifu matchup, I'm eyeing that shit. I don't know if I have the other Urshifu matchup, but holy crap, that'd be so... I really want to bring it against that, because it'd be funny. It'd be really funny. Earthquake's cool. This one has crazy coverage. Intim's big reason. Something like a Roaring Moon, for instance. This is just a good mon for it, like Rocky Helmet type set. Same with Weavile, same with Chien-Pao. This one could just take hits, and it's just good at that. You could argue that you have the whole Skarmory right there, but it depends. It's matchup. Again, it's matchup dependent, right? It depends on who has the better matchup, and usually it's going to go to Skarm, but this is why you draft them on like this. It's also great offensively. Again, fighting, Psychic, Dark Core. We have the we have the Dark, we have the fighting. Who's gonna be the Psychic? It's gonna be next pick, because we picked Porygon. I like Porygon. I'm a big Porygon fan, actually. And this is definitely something I was worried about, too. This is my Ghost type. If I bring Porygon, it will be my Ghost type. I don't have a Ghost type, and it kind of sucks. It really does suck, because I think a Ghost type's really good for this team. It's a spin blocker, it's good offensively. It fills a lot of holes that this team might have. Porygon is just cool like that. Eviolite, again, item clause. I really didn't want to get too many babies, and this is the only baby. So, has good bulk, it's kind of knockoff prone, but I don't really mind. It's still bulky. 6570 is invested. It's still bulky to an extent. It has Foul Play, Ice Beam, standard Porygon stuff. I just want a spin blocker, honestly. Thief could be really cool. There are definitely some interesting sets you could run with Porygon. I just wanted something that can somewhat defensive, somewhat can take a hit, and that was like only. Let's go through the ones that are actual options for this team. There's really not many. There's Apom. Cacturn was one I was considering. Furret is off the board. I don't know why that still says picked or not picked. Corvusquire, no, I couldn't really justify that. Dracloak's a ghost type, but I hate it. I don't think it's a good ghost type at all. Paused. So I wouldn't be able to justify the same with Droopy. Scroll down. Glalie is a funny option I wanted to pick, but I didn't. Gloom is, I love Gloom personally. Hatchram I love too, but again, I don't think the fit's there. There's literally no ghost types. Kubfu is a good offensive threat, or quote unquote offensive threat. I'm looking for defense, and there's nothing. We're talking about pure defense, not Spadef. I want a defensive anchor. You want me to name some? There's Stantler, there's Seviper, there's Sudowoodo, there's, okay, War Turtle's not horrible as a ghost type, but holy crap, this is a small pool. It's a very small pool. You want to go up to 2, there's not a single ghost type that I can see. I'm looking Mischievous, not bulky on the defense. There are no options that really fill what I'm looking for. As you throw on top that Vulpix is not 1 point. Porygon's really the only option. And at the point of the draft, I was like, this might actually get sniped. I didn't get sniped up until this point, thank God. I didn't get sniped once, which is a fucking blessing. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So I can't really justify that. And I like my cores, I like my Fighting Dark Psychic core. That's priority for me. I'm looking at bulky ghost types. I don't really see that. Poltergeist defensively bulky? No, Spadef. I'm looking for pure defensive bulk. And there's nothing. There's literally nothing. Like Rotom, you could argue Rotom. I wouldn't, but besides the point, there's nothing. There's no Frostlass is not bulky, it's frail. Hoopa, not bulky on the defense. Miss Maggie is not bulky on the defense. Could be EV but it's not naturally, right? So there's nothing. There's no ghost types. So this argument of like, oh, draft a ghost type. Literally, I can't. Hydropple could have been cool, but we'll never know. I don't know what my Terra would have been. It probably would have been like Dragon or Grass. Well, obviously, you have to pick one of those. I'd probably lean more towards Dragon, just because it's insane. And then probably Fairy. I don't know where I get a ghost type from, or who the ghost type is, for all intents and purposes. So that kind of sucks. And Porygon is that role, and it's not a great role. I'm full transparency on that. Not a great role at all, but it is a role, and it has viability. And that's all I'm looking for with a 1 point. I'm looking for potential role filler and any viability. And Porygon has both of those. To, again, small degree, but small degree is better than no degree with most of these mons. So that's my Porygon pick. I'm trying to defend my no ghost type either. I don't like it either, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. And the last pick is Mesprit for 9 points. Can't Terra for me, personally. It could have Terra'd, but I just didn't. Like, I still think Galarian Moltres is just an insane captain, so I can't justify anything else being a Terra captain. Even Hydropple. I love Hydropple. This is, like, Galarian Moltres is insane. It is insane mon, and it's crazy. So, Mesprit, rocks, Calm Mind, Sweeper, it gets the fucking cool-ass mystical power, which raises special attack, coverage, pivot, trick, T-wave support. Like, this mon fills a ton of just roles in general. It can do it in so many different ways. In passing, earthquake immunity is cool. It's fine. It's not the greatest, especially Drill running around with Mold Breaker. A lot of ground types. I don't know actually if a lot of ground types have Mold Breakers, but a lot of ground types do have secondary stab. So I don't know how to feel about it. Fine. It's cool. I think it's better than Espeon just because Espeon's like, I don't like Pheromons. I'm not a fan of Pheromons and using them. So I was kind of like, I don't really want it. This also fills a nice little 80 gap speed tier. I think I was like 90 to 70 something. So, or 70 with a Scarm. And this is, oh wow, I thought that was 65. But let me see, 91, 60, 70, 110, 100, 90, 35s. So this fills very neatly compared to Espeon, which overlaps a couple. So I like Mesprit's fit. It's a speed gap. Or a speed tier. Forces prep. And it could just kind of work. Like, it could have stored power games. Let's be real. It could totally have a stored power game, especially with decent fairy coverage. Decent fighting coverage, too, with Drain Punch. And they should give it CC for some. That would be funny if they gave it CC. But I like Mesprit. I think it's better than Uxie for sure. I wish, again, my two Terra Captains in a perfect world would be this and Glare and Moltres, but we don't live in that world, so I think it should be fine. I genuinely think it should be fine. This one is better than Deoxys D in a landslide, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's my team, and let's move on over to the power rankings. So this is who I rated, and I will bring up the teams as well on here. Here you go. So if we go over, whoops, isn't that unfortunate? So sorry about the spoilers, as I'm realizing my mic is peaking. We'll lower that. Alright, so all of these coaches are here. I don't really want to go into summaries, because I feel like that's doxing for some reason, but I don't think it is. Instead, I have their abbreviations already on in this part, which is all of that, and it goes on all of it, and there's categories, and there's grades for them, and the value of which all of it is. It's kind of weird how it works. So if we take this list, let's just put it here, and we make this how it should be. What is good, everybody? Hi, what's going on? I'm back with a brand new video. That's cringy. I'm back, and we're playing the Poogie Oogies Week 1 UBDL Season number 12. My team is Gouging Fire, Clefable, Scarm, Ogerpon, Wellspring, Tentacruel, Moltres, Terra with Dark and Fairy, Mudsdale, Raikou, Tauros Paldea Combat, Mesprit, Terra, Porygon, Normal, and Ghost. My opponent, the Poogie Oogies, Samurott Hisui, Deoxys Speed, Archaludon, Amoonguss, Annihilate, Donphan, Terra, Diancie, Fairy, Water, Vikavolt, Dunsparce, Terra, Normal, Ground, Talonflame, and Whiscash. So, really interesting team with really interesting speed tiers. There's a huge jump from 85 to 60, and so I tried to take advantage of that with some mons, and this is ultimately what I came up with. So we have, let me just see if this is all okay. Just want to make sure. So we have Gouging Fire. This is just like a switch into Talonflame. I'm kind of scared of that mon just putting in some work against me. I don't think it will, but I'm scared of it might. Doing that, Amoonguss switching as well. I need something that can actually take it out, which is why I'm running for Flare Blitz. I don't usually like that. Actually, if he Crash does the same amount, then I'd rather. I don't want the recoil, so we can circumvent that, then that's great. Amoonguss. So we'll say Heat Crash. Do the same. So Heat Crash has less PP, but I think that's fine, so we'll just run Heat Crash. And yes, this is just Talonflame, something that I can switch into it decently. It just clicks buttons. It's also good against Archaludon, which is also a little scary, but that's what Mudsdale's role is, and we'll talk more on that depending on when this battle starts. We have a Raikou, which is just, I just kind of wanted a mon that can pivot and just do a ton of stuff originally. So it's just going to be a Boots, pretty standard set, but then I was like, Deoxys Speed, speed's like everything. So that is why it is Scarf. And I don't usually like doing that, but speed control might be necessary. I don't really think Taunt's gonna come into play. I feel like we're both gonna play hazards like a ton, which is actually why I was thinking Porygon might be good here, to just have like a spin blocker or something along the lines of that. But then I was like, it's just gonna get knocked. It's literally gonna get knocked. It's not great. It's good, but it's not great. And I think all of these mons are better at that, and I think I should be able to outlive hazards. So I know Tentacruel, I just didn't like its matchup, especially against DOS and Amoonguss, and Annihilate just sets up on it for free. Dunsparce sets up on it for free. I could clear Smog, but like Vikavolt's also there. The Whiscash is like, there's just so many variables, and like I don't know who I would actually theoretically replace. Would I replace this? I wouldn't, because I need an Archaludon check. I need a Samurott Hisui check. I need an Annihilate check. And this has everything for that. This is the most expendable mon, but I need spikes. So it's just kind of, and Tentacruel doesn't get spikes. It only gets T-spikes, right? I just want to make sure, because I didn't even check. I just assumed it doesn't. So that's my reasoning for that. And then, so Skarmory, spikes, body press, roar. I don't really have the best checks for setups, especially Dunsparce. So I figured that would be good. Same for Archaludon / DOS, but this shouldn't be on Archaludon ever, and this is a decent, okay-ish Annihilate check, so, or at least something that can switch in and just do stuff. It doesn't have Brave Bird, but good enough for me. Next we have Mudsdale, CC, EQ, Heavy Slam, Smackdown, just a standard AV. I needed something for Archaludon, I needed something for DOS. I was considering Lash Out, but that doesn't really make a ton of sense. So settled on this, max attack. So there's also webs, could definitely play a factor, but I don't really like, I don't know, my team's bulky. I don't really mind webs, especially, I feel like they have the speed control already, so I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. And then Clefable, I already talked about this mon, just cause stuff, I don't like that. Wish, I need Wish support, especially with this mon in particular, but being able to get all of these mons back up to health is great, and having my own recovery is great. Moonblast is just great stab against everything. There's one fairy resist, my bad, and that is, there's two. There's Amoonguss and Talonflame. So both of those are fairy resist, and then I'll just be able to knock them off, or I'm still going to be getting decent damage, because 95 is 95. I was considering T-Bolt, but I was just like, I feel like Knock's more valuable. I feel like Knock is definitely a more valuable tool, especially like Talonflame wants to switch in, that's not really gonna like it. Same with Amoonguss, because Amoonguss wants the recovery. I don't really have the greatest Amoonguss answers besides this, and Moltres, which is Fire Wrath, Terra, you can read. I am not Terra Flying, I would be running Terra Flying instead then, and I'm not running Hurricane. There's no way in hell I'm running Hurricane, because that shit is gonna miss. So I'd rather just run this, Specs, just spam Fiery Wrath, spam Terra Blast type shit. And this is just a wall breaker, right? There's DOS doesn't want to switch in, Talonflame doesn't want to switch in, and Annihilate won't want to switch in. So those are three mons that outspeed that will not be able to switch in. So this mon should be able to pick up kills, it should be able to rack up some damage. There's not a ton of recovery with this team, besides really just Talonflame and then Pivot Amoonguss. I think Diancie might have Healing Wish. But other than that, the rest is just will rest. So, Contact Oogies. Love the name. I know some people disagree, but that's fine. I don't know if that's the right one. I'm just gonna assume. Know when you are ready to go. No, it wasn't. Oh my god. Thank god. Hey! Alright. Poogie is ready. That's so crazy. Poogie Oogies are ready. So, already broke down my team. Let's get this W. That's crazy. No Dunsparce, no webs. That is not too much of a surprise. Not too much of a surprise. See what they had. They have Amoonguss. No Amoonguss. No Dunsparce. No Talonflame. So this isn't horrible. This is either. Oh, sorry. If I hit the mic, my bad. So this is either Terra Fairy or Terra Water Diancie, which is like, we don't like that. I feel like this is like WinCon Deoxys of some kind, so we'll be aware of that. I want to just lead Moltres Galar. I feel like it's such a strong lead into everything, except, no, it's like good into everything, so I feel like that's my lead. We get the lead matchup correct, and we are just going to click Terra Blast, and that'll be that, and whatever. So if they're Scarf, they're Scarf. Does not appear that they are Scarf, so that's great. We're gonna get the kill. No spikes to deal with on their side. Archaludon comes out. I don't exactly know why this came out, but we'll go Muds. Well, forces me out. Let's be smart about this. They don't have an Earthquake switch in, so we're just gonna Earthquake. Solar Beam's crazy. I don't think that kills because I'm vested, so that's cool. And Earthquake's gonna do a ton. So we don't really care about this mod too much. So we'll just get rid of it, and then we can just go this, and then click Terra Blast. So Moltres getting the first 2 kills for us. Oh my god, what a queen. Alright, I feel like I can just get damage on this. Terra Water's not scary, Terra Fairy's not scary. I feel like Terra Blast... Let me check. I don't know if Terra Blast, how much it actually does. Whoops. We'll just take this then. Whoops. Take this. Over here. So Moltres. Good that versus Ansi. I'm assuming it does. Oh my god, it does nothing. Holy shit. It does 0. Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. I guess we could go. God, I don't know. We could just go Scarm, right? Damn. I was not expecting it to be that little. I guess we go Scarm and just hope it's not like Calm Mind. That is really unfortunate. I'm just gonna roar here. Get out. Awesome. I didn't want setup. I didn't want setup sweeper, so that's good. That is kind of expected, but I'm fine. I got the spike up, which is good. Good, good, good. And we could just go to Raikou. I don't think this is knock. I don't think it is anything like that. That's a little scary. We're just gonna Shadow Ball, and we're just not gonna think about the implications of clicking that button. Seems... I don't want to go Clef. I don't have any Spit F, guys, which is like... I think I should be fine with the walls in the back to go gouging. And just pick up a kill here. That's so fine. I just need this dead. Because Deoxys is such a threat. So, that's fine. I guess we go Scarm. Really cool. We could go Clef on this. If we wanted to. Or we just go hard Moltres. If they want to like do something, yeah, we know. We are aware. So even if it outspeeds, it's adamant. So Dawn Fan comes out, we're just gonna Terra Blast again. I don't see a reason not to click it. And it's just gonna do a ton. Berserk range, and we're just gonna Terra Blast. Dude, Moltres Galar are so good. Such a good mon that you could just Terra. I don't think this kills, but it should do. That's actually a good amount. GG's. GG's, man. What a stupid mon. This mon's so stupid. I don't know why this mon should have been Terra banned. It's UBDL for a reason. I don't really get it, but hey, I'm not complaining. Where's replays? Replays. Analyze. That's not nice. Hashtag analyze then. My B. What? How did you do it? What? I'm crying. Shaking crew. Oh my god. Whatever. I got pranked. Why did they prank me? Big GG's. First game is a win, which is a very, very good way to start the season considering the last few seasons. So, literally this was just the Moltres game. This mon cooks, and there's nothing you could really do about it because the speed tiers were not great. Was there no Scarfer? Because that was Power Herb. I feel like this should have been Scarf. Or this. So, my game plan was just simple. It was Moltres break, and then Raikou sweep, but then that really devolved to Moltres break and sweep. So, I'm happy. How many kills did it actually get? I think it got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Gouging got a kill, so cool. Probably my 2 best mons got kills, so that's cool. But GG's to the Poogie Oogies, man. I love their team. I think it was just a really bad matchup for them to go against Galarian Moltres, and they just do not have the switch-ins necessary for this mon. Especially with Terra Fairy. I'm just gonna make sure this is fairy. Okay. I got really scared. I didn't check beforehand. I was just like, Terra Fairy is kind of broken. Amoonguss could have came, but I feel like it still is not great. I think Dunsparce was probably the one that should have came. Or like very more defensive Diancie set, because I guess where could you go besides Calm Mind? I guess. So that's fair. That's fair. They didn't have a plan for G Moltres. Or if they did, it just didn't work. So 5 out of 7 kills, which is very funny. Very funny. We just need 2 more and then no more kills. So that name is perfect. I don't really know what else they could have done besides Scarf and Annihilate should have been a play. I think Scarf or Caledon was the big play they should have had. And like I would say physical. Physical, because they really just didn't have anything for this mon. And like, I mean, when you look at our Caledon, its SPDF is like horrendous, so I can also see that. But then vest, man, where's the vest? No vest seems so crazy to me, but that's besides the point, I guess. That's a nice rhyme. And like solar beam was cool, but like also kill, so there was that. I should have probably been. Should I have been body press? Body press would have been more consistent. I don't know if it kills though. Heavy, does this one gets heavy slam? No, it doesn't. What the fuck? It gets Iron Head though. So think Iron Head. I'm not even kidding. I think offensive, physical, Archaludon looks really good here. Or Scarf variant or something. Because Moltres just fucking sweeped. So Deoxys was far less threatening. I don't know what the set was, but that is not how I would typically run DOS. That's just me at least. I didn't know what to expect from this DOS set, to be honest. It's always a loose cannon, but I did think offensive was really good here. I thought coverage was going to be really good for it, and especially Nasty Plot Psycho Boost. That, or what was it? Nasty Plot Psycho Boost T-Bolt Thunderwave. I think that's a pretty good set, but Gouging Fire can always switch into it and just pick up the kill, or as you saw, sack into a kill is also a play. Felt weird, I won't lie, building for this team. I think Mudsdale was my only SPDFmon, and then everybody else was physical. Physical, physical, and physical. So it was really, really strange to kind of that dynamic, but ended up paying off, I guess. I don't know if 92 EVs really made a difference for if I put it on the special side or what, but that was fine. The Shadow Ball was really good, put it in range of this, so I think I wouldn't change anything about that play. Or if push comes to shove and it wasn't Scarf and it was just like regular whatever, I still think Gouging Fire can come in, click Heat Crash, pick up the kill. And if it doesn't, yikes. If it doesn't, because it has to Psycho Boost on this, then Moltres comes in, picks up the kill. And we're on our way. So, bad matchup. I think it was a bad matchup for them, but I also think I played at least okay. Like, this is the lead matchup I saw. I was always going to Terra Blast no matter what. Even if they brought Resist, I was always clicking Terra Blast. I was surprised they did not break Amoonguss or Talonflame for Moltres, but Moltres is now on, should be on everyone's radar. And I'll definitely be expecting more fire types, more steel types, because that is what you're gonna have to bring against this mon, because it is fucking cracked. So cracked. We haven't even defensive Moltres. Don't even get me started with. Alright. I'm crazy for that one. Alright. I'll see you guys later. Have a great one and peace. Hey, week 5. ASL Season 12. First thing. Asha, defending champion. Not having me read a start, but still gonna be a tough matchup. I think Lead Thunderous is really good here. I get a free knock on something. There's not really, besides Shinjino. I think Thundy's a great lead, so we're just gonna lead Thundy. We're gonna see what happens. Shinjino comes out, so we're gonna T-Wave. Well, fuck you too. I should have knocked. This is made specifically for this set, so we're just gonna knock, get rid of. Not Scarf. Interesting. Very interesting. I thought we were gonna deal with a Scarf Krook, but that is not the case. Who do I want getting knocked? No. I think Sinistra's a good serve. I think Quaquaval is just so free here. I'm fine with it taking a knock. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're just gonna knock right back. You should switch. I'm a Quaquaval. That is how that works, I believe. So there's gonna be a lot of knocks this game, I think. No Keldeo, by the way. I think that's really interesting. But Houndoom's gonna have a good one. Trust. Trust. No rocks. Who do you even go to? I guess you go this. Lefties. We can just flip. And I think we just get a Lola Muck in for freeze. Rocks go up. We can knock again. This one is so awesome. Earthquake does nothing because we're built different. Of course it doesn't kill, so we're gonna have to go Sinistra quick. Because I do need this one alive, so specifically versus pivot like Cinderace. So yeah, I don't know if they had knock or not. So we're just gonna strength. We're just gonna strength. Oh wait, clear body. I forgot. Oh wait, that's awesome. I forgot that's how that worked. We're just gonna scald then. We're just gonna scald. We catch something, but I thought it wasn't even gonna work, so I'm cool with it working that way. I think Crook's extremely free. Well, that's fine too. This shouldn't kill. What? Cool. Oh my god, what the fuck? I think we can just Aqua Step here. I don't see a good switch in to this. Or, yeah, I don't see a good switch into Quick Wave, so. Pyro is cool. 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 Cool, cool, cool. We're gonna start building that. Meowstick, how you doing? This is Prankster. We're gonna bring in Muck. We don't want to deal with it. That's crazy. That is so crazy. What the fuck? What in the world? Oh my god, that's for... Fair enough. I don't have a good switch in, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to let you go. That's crazy. Oh my god. The fuck? I was sacking. Oh my god. Cool. No, very cool, very cool. So this is probably gonna tidy up, or it's gonna... I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. This should die though to Rocky Helmet. Oh, this is a protective. That definitely mattered then. Yeah, okay. We'll just poison jab. Cool. We can go Houndoom and see if we can see Sludge Bomb. That is so crazy. I'm going to Psychic Fangs. That did nothing. Holy shit. Such an ass Pokemon. And we're just gonna overheat and hope you kill me. Cool. What can I do? Literally, what can I do? I guess we just T-Wave? I don't know. I think I threw. I didn't know what to do. What the fuck? What the actual? I think we just Flash Cannon and pray. I am so sorry. I am really sorry. This was hacks. This was such a hacks game. I think we might lose though, because I think this mon is crazy. Charm, cool. We're fine. We're fine. Jesus, that is a way to... I don't have any reason to go Quavel, I think, right? Is this just support? Support with Charm, and... I don't feel great about that win. I don't feel great about this at all. I didn't really... I get it. I had to make the para play. I don't I don't know. I think I misplayed a ton, but luckily we got the win. I thought this would do way more damage. I'm kind of disappointed, and I probably should have been plus special attack instead of, or modest, whatever. That did nothing. Psychic Fangs did nothing. I thought you'd be, I thought for sure we'd see an LDO, and I was gonna surprise it, but didn't. Destiny Bond would have been cool. Oh my god, I think, oh my, no, I can't cap. I don't think I had Destiny Bond. I did like an initial team for this matchup. I'm so sorry, my voice, by the way. And Houndoom was on it because I thought Houndoom had such an amazing matchup, and it literally did nothing this game, but besides the point. But I think I ran this set. I don't know if I considered Destiny Bond, but if I did have Destiny Bond, that would have been crazy. It would have been really crazy. So, kind of unfortunate I didn't. There's definitely some more tech you can do with Houndoom, so we'll see how that goes. Quavel is just kind of sweepy, little sweepy boy, and it also with just click buttons. I didn't really see a need for a Rapid Spin. I had Rapid Spin initially, but I was just like, CC just kind of goes hard. So I was like, fuck it, let's just do that. I switched here. I probably should have just flipped, but I was like, oh, they could be Scarf Psychic or something, and so that scared me. So that's why I did that. I genuinely thought this would live. They showed team. Wow, that's not even, I'm very surprised. And there's no Scarf? Wow. Is this unaware or magic guard? Damn, was I haze on this? I'm really not happy with how I played. That's, protective pads is really good. Really smart. Trying to think. Anything else? Protect is interesting. I don't see the vision, but, or with leftovers, yeah. This is a crazy set. I think they should have psychicked. You have to play off choke. Always play off choke. That's what I always recommend. Always play off choke. I'm really surprised this did not live. Was that a roll? It was a roll. I don't know if it was my favorite, but it was a roll. 40 to 48. How much HP was I at? I feel like I was fine.
Oh no, that was in their favor. I'm capping. That makes sense then. I was like, what? And I don't even have 160 defense. So yeah, that was a kill. I don't know, I imagine Sinistcha is a lot more tanky than that. So if I was bold or whatever, like the nature bold, that would have been better. And I probably live, or at least have a better shot at living. And then we would strength sap, and then we'd be fine. So that puts us at fucking by 4-1 plus 8, which is crazy. Crazy, because I did not expect this start. I thought for sure I'd be 2-3. And honestly, there's been a lot of games where I've been playing like that, but the schedule, in my opinion, eases up for the next 3-ish weeks. These 3 games I feel like are a lot more easier. I think Retro... What's Retro's team? In my opinion, at least, I think I have a solid 2 decent matchup. And this is also me not even... I don't know what their stuff is. So, I'm just assuming... I'm going off of last season and just knowledge of players. But Week 10, Week 11, and Week 12 are like... These are the 3 matchups where I'm like... Yikes. We still need to focus on these because we drop... What is this? 1, 2, 3 games. We are 4-4. So, I'd say at least take 2, maybe 1 at the barest minimum, but I don't think that's sustainable at all. So hopefully we take 2, and then from here I think we can afford to drop 1 or 2. The division is so stacked. Our division is incredibly stacked. You look at standings, 3-1 plus 6 would be first here, it would be first or second here, it would be first here, and then I guess that's where it ends. But 4-0, 3-1. I would like crazy. We are the only team with 3-3-1 teams, and we have 2-2-2 teams. Like, these 2 teams are playoff, could be both of them. Wait, I'm looking differential, my bad. So possibly playoff team here, not a playoff team. I'm capping, but these top 3 are like, this is gonna be. We'll see how the division turns out, obviously, but it looks crazy right now. So hopefully things calm down a little bit. That's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great one, and peace. Hey, what's good? I'm here. I'm back. Let's just get right to it. ASL Week 6. Currently 4-1 plus 8. We're going up against Hitmontop guy, who is 4-1 plus 15, which is so crazy. But that's cool. And it should be a difficult match, but we're all here for it. We're all here for it. They have a very interesting team. If I could pull it up real quick. They have Goldango, Weezinglar, Quagsire, Masquerain, Avalugg Hisui, which is a Terra Captain with Fighting, Rock, and Flying. And then Fernape, Goodra, Rotom Cut, Weavile, Weirdeer, and Weirdeer is Terra Captain with Psychic Fairy Fire. So, very interesting team. A little no offense, but a little surprising. This team is 4-1. But who am I to say anything? I think this is a okay matchup. The things I'm scared about most are the ones that have been brought the most, and that is Goldango, Avalugg Hisui, and Fernape, and Weavile. I honestly think Goldango is going to come. I think Weezinglar is going to come. I think Quagsire is going to come. I think Weavile is going to come. And then I also think Rotom is going to come, and one of Avalugg Hisui and then Fernape. So that's my predictions. I think Masquerain could come as well. A lot of good options. Goodra also should come, or Weirdeer should come as Terra Captain AV, because Deoxys is going to be a threat. Deoxys is going to be a threat. This mon is a clear Specs mon because there is literally one switch in. That's so funny. I just noticed that. There's one switch in, and that is Goodra. Or really, there's 2 switch-ins. That's Goodra, Goldango, and then I guess AV Weirdeer, but that's why we're running Knock, because we want to catch some switches. So that's cool. I like the set, and it's just gonna put in a ton of work. This outpaces Scarf Rotom Mo, being modest, so I just want to be able to outrun that just in case. Next, we have Klefki. I wanted a Spiker. I was actually considering putting spikes on this too, but I ultimately went with just Spike's Klefki. I want to be able to hit Infernape. I want to be able to hit Weavile. I guess you could throw Weezinglar in there, but that wasn't really the intention. I want to hit Goodra with a good
attack that's gonna do like 30 to 40%. So that's why it's play rough and not like Gleam or Kiss. So that's why that's there. Flash cannons to hit a Avala Kasui switch or just hitting it in general. It's a good stab option. So why not throw it out there? Quagsire has 7 fucking kills. I did not realize that, but we should be fine. Indeedee, Scarf just seems so crazy here. Healing Wish is just a good option. But then we have Expanding Force, which just hits hard. If I predict a, whatchamacallit, a Weavile switch, I can Terra Fire, or I can just Terra Blast into Terra Fire. Gleam is just a good option, and Healing Wish is Healing Wish. I think this is the golden standard for Indeedee. I think it's going to have a good matchup, and I think it's going to put in work. Place here, but it hasn't been a problem in the past, so I don't see why it's going to be a problem now. Quaquaval is going to be defensive. You can already see it's defensive. This is 102 outspeed. I believe regular Weavile, or regular Infernape, +1 should outspeed Infernape, so as soon as it goes for Aqua Step or Low Sweep, it should be able to outspeed, and that's great. Rapid Spins for hazard control, I don't think it will be too much of a problem, and you're going to see I'm planning on a hazard support being there, but that's Quaquaval, and then Flip Turn is for in and out. Houndoom is a really fun option. I'm just checking if I'm recording, and I am. Houndoom's a really fun option. I'm bringing Taunt just for webs. If that wants to be thrown up, then I want to be able to deal with that. Don't think webs should come. I don't think this is a webs game. I understand that. I have a Deoxys speed, but I don't think webs are too good here. I don't think it's worth wasting, especially since I have good hazard control. And all of these mons don't want to be, like, Goldango is not a good hazard switch-in for Quaquaval, especially if it's running Knock. It's not going to be, but there is that fear there, right? And that's the important thing about this. So Houndoom is just here for insurance against Goldango. The taunt is for webs, like I said earlier, or to catch Weezing, or something that can do that, or even like a Quagsire. Toxic is funny because it just catches so much on this team. And then Charcoal, I just wanted to be able to hit something hard. That literally is the only reason why. Dark Pulse is just a good stab option. I don't really have... Foul Play doesn't make sense here. There's no other move that really would make sense other than Dark Pulse. Willow could be cool, but I would just kill something instead. I thought about Reversal. Reversal's niche, but I didn't think it was good for this matchup. Last we have Muck. Muck just seems like it sits on everything. If it starts cursing up on a Gudra, if it starts cursing up on Weezing Galar, if it starts cursing up on Zengo, this mon's going to be big. It's going to be huge, and it's going to put in a ton of work. So I'm not too worried about this matchup. Like I said, I feel like I have so many answers to so many things. Really, Infernape's just like the elephant in the room. I'm not running screens, which is... I'm assuming we'll see Brick Break on either Avala Kasui or Weavile or Infernape. So that was my reasoning for that. I think the match is ready, so I will contact them. So, perfect. Perfect. But yeah, we're so back, baby. I hope this goes quick, because I want to eat lunch, and I didn't realize I had therapy, so that is my bad. We didn't really schedule it too great, and it's on... Well, it's kind of on her for not telling me that it was today, but that's besides the point. It happened. We're back. And so, what are my expectations? I don't know. I feel like this is going to be either a really good game or it's going to be a really bad game. And there's no real in-between. I want to lead Spikes. I want to get Spikes up. I don't care if Infernape leads. I really, really don't. This is exactly what I said, right? This is... The only mon missing is Weezing Galar, and that is swapped for one of Avala, Kasui, and Infernape. So this is pretty much what I expected. I don't... No, just lead... Let's just lead Spikes. The hazard control is not great. Let's just lead Spikes. Goldango lead is fine. We're just going to get up Spikes if they want to... Alolan is free. Alolan is a free mon. And that does nothing. This is a free knock on anything, so we don't need to set up. There's no reason to. Perfect. We're going to knock off Boots. And now from here, we could go Quaquaval. I feel like this is Terra flying though, so I guess there's no way of knowing, right? Quaquaval seems like a good check. I just don't. I think it's Terra flying. That's just a gut belief. And if it's not, it's not, but okay, it's terrifying. Okay, that's a lot of damage. That is way more. Okay. Think we could just get up spikes. Perfect. And then go back into... We could go Quaquaval. We could go Quaquaval. We could go... What else could we go? We could just go in DD. We could literally just go in DD and just say, fuck it, we ball. But I think Alola Muck is a better play, so I will go that. Take that. And then we should be able to just go hard in DD. Perfect. And we can just... We just Terrify it, right? We could just Terrify this. Right? We'll just Terrify her. We'll just say I can, and then we will. Goodra comes in, that's fine. Took 0%. This is probably going to Earthquake, so I'm just going to go Quaquaval. It could Dragon-type move. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it did Dragon-type move, but besides the point. So we'll get Quaquaval in, it is going to Earthquake. And now we can just flip turn, right? They could be scared of Ice Spinner, they could be scared of tons of different stuff. So I'm just going to go into you, and then Earthquake. We could see a Dragon-type move come out, right? So I'm just going to go back to Klefki. Perfect. And then we can get up a... We could get up a Spike. I think we just get up a Spike, right? We either get up a Spike or we play rough for free damage. I think we just... Is the second layer that great? Okay. Perfect. We can go back to Muck, and we can... So perfect. Make it rain here. I'm going to do nothing. We go back to Indeedee. And we can just Expanding Force now and pick up a kill on something. So that's good. Good to go. Perfect. And this is gone. So that's a big threat. Gone with. We appreciate it a ton. Because now this makes Deoxys Speed so much easier to play with. So that's great. That's really good. Now Weavile comes in. Weavile comes in for free and clicks Knock. And I didn't really think that far. Well, Houndoom's free. Houndoom is a free switch in. Quaquaval is the check for it. They could also just go Infernape and try something. They could go... They did go Quagsire, and they're going to do something. I think this is just a free Mon. Rocks come up. I'm just going to spin. That's fine. We'll see if you are Water Absorb. You are. That's good. And then we'll just... we'll spin again. Spin again. Spin again. Literally trolled. I'm gonna flip turn. I think they switch. They didn't switch. That's so unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I don't think I have any way to preserve this Mon, so I'm just gonna try and spin. And then I didn't put... Alright, cool. A low sweep and then spin. Perfect. I don't care. Because now you come in for free and you just click a button. In this case, it will be... What should it be? E-Force is so free, but Weavile coming in is a stinky moment, so... I want a Terra Blast so badly. I really want a Terra Blast. Kill me. So we'll just go D-Speed, and we'll just click a Psycho Boost for free. We'll just click Psycho Boost for free. Adios. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to switch because Weavile is gonna do insane damage, but just hope. If Goldango comes out, I don't know. So we'll just make the Klefki sack. Oh, cool. So we get an extra layer of spikes, which is nice. And now I think we can go Muck here. We can sack it and bring in Houndoom, and we can just start clicking some free flamethrowers. It should do a ton to the Infernape matchup. I think from here this is a perfect. The Avalugg sack is cool. Infernape comes out. That is fine. We can sack Klefki. I think we might lose the sack war actually. But we'll go Klefki anyways, and we'll sack it here. CC, we have to go this Mon. And they win the sack war anyways. So I think we have to play off Choke. I think we have to play off Choke and just click Flash. Well, I clicked the wrong move then. So Houndoom comes in for free. And we can just Flamethrower here. Flamethrower. This outspeeds. Infernape. If Infernape can get more chip, back the Weavile, which is so actually. So fantastic. I think we have to keep this Mon, right? And we have to DOS. And just not give a shit, right? Because if this Mon comes back, we have to go DOS here. We have to. And if they get that right, they get it right. But it's like, perfect. Actually perfect. So we can just like boost for free. They are Scarf. GG's. That is not surprising. That is not too surprising. I knew people are gonna run Scarfs and shit. There's Select Berry. That's so cool. Colbert is cool. AV makes sense. This is pretty much what I was expecting. Scarf and Fernate. It wouldn't have, though. I misplayed a lot throughout this match, especially with the Quagsire. I didn't play it great. I should have had CC or something. For it, I didn't have a Quagsire answer, and that kind of ate me alive. I also didn't have... My only recovery was Quavel, and that got chipped. So I think instead I probably would have, or should have ran, rather, Thunderous. I think Thunderous would have been good here. I think I would have replaced Klefki or something. I don't know. Klefki wasn't as good as I thought it would be this match. But I just let this Infernate just roll the game. And that was unfortunate. I think Sinistra could have been good here. I definitely think it could have been good as an answer. Gabite is Gabite, and Gabite's funny. So that could have been a good answer too. I let Ndidi go. Should have just clicked the E-Force. That was just a choke from me. If I get that play wrong, I would just... That was a choke. I should have just E-Forced there instead of making a read like that. Of course, Weavile is going to be played like a breaker, and they're not going to make any drastic plays. So that was on me. Like I said, I didn't play that one great. I'm just glad it's not as bad as it could have gone, because it definitely could have went worse. And they're letting me do replay, which is kind of a dick move. If you win, you're the one who does it. But whatever you say. Oh, they changed the verse. That's interesting. Verse... What's their team? Honolulu. Like I said, I thought... Where? Discord. Honolulu. That's funny. Like I said, I think, or in another video, or in the one before this one, I thought the stretch would be a lot easier. I just completely disregard this team, which is on my personal behalf. I just said this is gonna be easy, and then didn't pay attention. So let me check real quick. Reversing next week, Arts is the Westboro City Rejects. They are 3-2 -1, so that should be an interesting matchup. And they have a Hail team with Bax, Slowking, and Terra Berdic. This should be interesting. This team is really slow though, so I think a Boots Deoxys speed could be really good. So we'll see how that goes. We have Quincy. I know Quincy has not had the greatest season. I'm pretty sure. I think they won their first game last week. No, they haven't. I am thinking of the wrong team then. Oh my god. They are 3-2 again, and they're +4. Oh my god. They have Corvo, Volcanion, Wheezing, Sneasler, or not Sneasler, Sneasel, Hisui, Golem, which is a Terra Captain, Electric, Fighting Fire, Tinglu, Ogrepon H, or Ogrepon C, Rabombe, Terra Girafarig with Psychic Fairy Ground, and Tatsugiri. That is such an interesting team, and it's been doing good. So we'll see how it goes. I think they are doable matchups. I don't think these are horrible matchups. I think these could be wins, but I'll have to play better than that. What turn was that? Turn 22. That should have been an E-Force. E-Force kills, 100%, 100%. I'm not even going to check the calc. E-Force was the play, and I completely screwed that up. As well as that, I didn't really have the best Quagsire answer. I thought I was Energy Ball on King Dedede, but I wasn't, so that was kind of, like I said, I think E-Force still kills, but not great by me. I thought I gave the Deoxys speed Energy Ball to, and I didn't. I was thinking Giga Drain Muck, but not, like I said, not the greatest game. CC could have been here too. I just didn't play it. Overlooked the Quagsire completely. And like I said, I should have brought Sinistra to this matchup. I think it would have been a great Infernate check, and it would have been a great Quagsire answer. The set I was thinking of was an Imprison set, so that could counter Goldango nicely, but obviously that did not come. So I wouldn't, that being said, I don't think I would change much about how I prepped or whatnot. Maybe just prep sooner and whatnot and be drafting plans sooner, but I think they just played better. I did not play good. This turn 22 is going to haunt me, because this should have just been an Expanding Force, pick up the kill, and then if they go hard Goldango, then we just go back to Klefki. Like, that should have 100% been the play. And I figured my mindset of why I clicked Terra Blast was, oh, they're going to save Quagsire because it's been so good, and they're going to go Weavile to predict Psychic and to force switch out for more ship. That's my thought process. I think if Indeedee was bulkier, I think that might have been why I think they might have done that, but I didn't play that one well. I think I played well up until this Toxic. So turn 15, I think I kind of wrecked this game, and then the second half, I just was not. I didn't play good, and I lost. But we'll be back. We'll be back. We're still playoff. We have a very comfortable lead. There's a very pronounced top 3 and bottom 3. So as long as we make playoffs, that is all that matters, right? Making playoffs is top priority. It doesn't matter where you are in the bracket because every game is a winnable game. So that's my thought process on this. I just want to make playoffs, and that's that. Have a great one, and peace. Hey, what's up? We are. Oh my God. Oops. Hey, we're back. First thing, Infinity. Coach some things. I'm so sorry. Coach of the Rockets' Revenge. Can you see their team? You can see their team. Great Tusk, Chiyu, Crozma, Walking Wake, Tinkaton, Ninetales, Terra Kilowattra with Electric Ice, Comfy, Gyarados, Sawsbuck, Terra Normal and Ground, and Banette, Terra Ghost and Fairy. I think Great Tusk, Chiyu, Crozma, Walking Wake, Tinkaton, and Ninetales will come, but I could also imagine Pillow coming, I can imagine Gyarados coming. I can imagine a lot of these mons coming. So I'm kind of a little bit nervous, but should be fine. Should be fine, and we'll see. See how it goes. So I'm bringing a Mudsdale. This is supposed to have Roar, but that's fine. Calm Mind, Moonlight. This is just a good mon, and it should put in a ton of work. Flamethrower should hit Tinkaton pretty hard, and Tinkaton is here and there's no sun, so that's okay. That's actually fine, because I think I just want to lead Raikou. Weatherball makes no sense now. This is for no Chiyu, so Moltres is just okay. Okay. We could lead Moltres, we could... Rocks are so important, right? I want to get rocks up. Gyarados could lead. That's a problem. I feel like Raikou is a safe lead, so I'm just gonna... No. I think, dude, I really want rocks up. I actually really want T-Spikes up, and nothing really besides a Great Tusk lead. So, perfect. I'm fine with this. We are just gonna T-Spike. We're just not gonna give a shit about this mon, because it can't set up. And we should tank any hit extremely well. So, not too concerned. Hurricane, perfect. We're gonna have T-Spikes up, and then we can just go to Raikou. Perfect. Start scalding a bit here. Perfect. We're gonna catch a Tinkaton. Can we get the burn? No. We can just go... Who do I want to go into? Well, this is my I don't give a shit who you are. But Mudsdale's also incredibly free, so we're just gonna go Mudsdale. One T-Spike should be good. Clear off is fine. No Walking Wake too. I'm sorry. There is some depth to this. We just go our Moltres, perfect. And then we can start firing shit off if we want. We just U-turn. They stayed in. That is crazy. Good Calm Mind on this. Calm Mind is super free. Calm Mind is super free. We're just gonna Calm Mind here. We're just gonna Calm Mind, and we are not gonna give a shit about what is in front of us again. We can Calm Mind twice, I believe. Because if this wants to para, that's bad. But should be fine, and then we can just Flamethrower here. Perfect. We just need to not get parried, and boom, we're gonna do a ton. So that's good. Getting this down is great, because this really opens up Moltres a ton, so perfect. So they're kind of forced to make a decision. They could switch into Gyarados, but I can still click a button, so I'm not too afraid of that play. It's fine. We'll just Moonlight. I'm not too scared of a D-Dance. I'm a little scared of a Paraflinch. We could just go back to Raikou and just start... We just fire off a Scald here. I don't need to... Perfect. Really nice, but we're gonna get a T-Wave. Just T-Wave now. Perfect. I'm so sorry, but this is absolutely perfect. Use T-Bolt. We didn't. Now we just go hard Moltres and hope. Now we just spam. Because this is low. So that's really good. Fiery Wrath. I feel like that isn't the play, but who am I to judge? Whoa! That's an unfortunate crit. That's a really unfortunate crit. They don't have a switch in. Anything's gonna take a ton from it. So we're just gonna Fiery Wrath. And Moltres is gonna pick up the first kill. And also get to 6 kills. Which is sick. Which is very sick. I think though, Tinkaton comes out, anything comes out here and it just picks up a kill. And this one isn't worth saving. It doesn't really have too many great matchups now that it's so weak, because I didn't think, first off, I didn't think Stored Power would do that much. That's on me. But also, the crit is really unfortunate there. Really, really unfortunate. So it doesn't have a ton of utility. This is Intimidate, which isn't too scary, but that's something. This being down is cool, but there's at least 2 more setup sweepers in the back, so, or at least 3, because Great Tusk can go crazy. But we'll see. We will see. That Rapid Spin play was so crazy. I think that, dude, I'm so mad. I should have totally made it play. But I think I will go out to Mudsdale no matter what here. I think I'll go out to Mudsdale and set up some mid-game rocks, because this is probably going to be a longer game, unless barring some crazy shit happening. It's pretty easy outs into everyone. Gyarados, we can just go hard. Tauros Paldea. Comfy is a hard Tentacruel if it U-turns. Comfy actually is like, we'll just go our Sack. Great Tusk, hard Mudsdale. Tinkaton, hard Mudsdale. And then I already said Gyarados was hard. Pillow, I did not. Pillow, I think I'm just gonna Fiery Wrath and Sack, because every mon here I need, so perfect. Not really, but that's fine. We could go into Mudsdale and just Rock Tomb here, or get up rocks. I'm just gonna opt for rocks, because I think that is crazy. I think rocks are really good here. Want to hit another Hurricane, go ahead, but U-turn into Comfy is fine. Now I really wish I was Roy, because I feel like Great Tusk comes out. For sure. But there's nothing I could do about that. Still should be able to take any hits it wants, so. Rocks is free. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to, because Clef, Hurricane's gonna come out to 40. Stamina boost is great, and we're gonna get that up. And then we'll just go hard Rocket, and then we'll just Terra Ice. So I like this. This mon's a good cleaner. I don't think I could, in good faith, sack it, especially with the Gyarados still there. I think it's on, because now it's like, what do I click here? And I'm just gonna Scald. We could just go into you. That's so fine, because we can just pick up the kill. Cool. Scarf Tauros in the back, baby. You'll love to see it. So that's a big threat gone, because this mon has honestly tore my team apart. So I'm fine with that trade. They're also, I feel like we both on this trade, maybe they want it more, but getting rid of Kilo is big, because nothing switches into it especially well. So that's great. Great Tusk probably comes out. I'm probably actually gonna stay in, because I feel like Spin comes out, and I want to be faster. Or I want some chip on it for in-game, because there's not too much stuff that can really pick up kills. Maybe we go hard Clef, but this isn't looking, I didn't think I had a good matchup, but this really is not looking too good. Comfy, we still have Tentacruel 4, so I'm not too worried about, but Great Tusk seems like it can do shit, especially if it has the right moveset. Tink doesn't seem too much of a threat. I feel like we can get the kills on it, so I'm not too worried about that either. Gyarados, I'm also not too worried about. I feel like Clef can put up some numbers. There comes the aforementioned Gyarados. We think we sack Clef, right? Either sack Clef or we sack Mudsdale. I feel like we sack Mudsdale. I think we sack Mudsdale and then go for whatever. Cool. And then we bring Tauros back out, and we'll just hard switch, because we don't give a shit. I don't want them going Great Tusk for free, though. That is, like, if you want an actual reason, I don't want Great Tusk coming in for free, and at least Clef will put some pressure on it, because it's pretty obvious I'm baiting a wild charge here, and I don't want that. That is something. Not what I was expecting at all. I'm just gonna flamethrower. I can't. I'm gonna flamethrower. You're God Clef. You're not a God Clef. Oh my god. Oh, dude, that mattered so hard. Oh my god. Because now I'm forced to go you. That's so stupid, man. Oh, that. Because now they have they have an extra turn. And they can just go into this. Click their spinny, or earthquake, or something. We're just gonna CC home for a crit. We didn't get it. Headlong. Oh, that's brutal. That's so brutal. I didn't think I had a great matchup, but that was a really good prep, not bringing Sun. I thought Sun would come for sure, and now I'm really pissed I didn't bring On, because Overpawn fucking killed this team. No Shi or Walking Week is crazy still. I regret a ton of my sets, because a ton of my sets were built with Sun in mind. And that's why you have Moonlight, that's why you have Weather Ball. This is Ancient Power, if you're curious, is for Chi-Yu, any of the fire types, like Gyarados even, like turn for Tink. But dude, this team was hard to prep for, but holy shit. Holy shit. The crits, I don't even want to complain about luck, because that just happens every game. Regardless of who benefits from it, luck is always going to pop up. I just think my prep was just not great. I haven't been prepping that well, especially because school's starting up. I'm focusing on that, but I just didn't. They brought pretty much everything. They brought pretty much full stops. I don't think Comfy should have came. That is my personal opinion, but I think all of these mons were good except for Comfy, and just played really well. I'm now extremely wishing I brought my Porygon set, because Porygon would have done numbers. Tinkaton was the only thing that I was like, I don't like my matchup into, because Tinkaton can glitch out and just get free shit. I was also thinking of special Mudsdale for the Great Tusk counter, but I was like, that's just not worth it. It's not going to do a ton unless it's like specs, and even then I'm not going to commit to that. T-Wave is not surprising, but it was just like, that was bad on me. This is an endgame mon. This is a mon that can set up and do some damage. It was great that it got as much as it did on Tinkaton, but I'm pretty mad about how I played. I think Ogerpon would have been super good into this team, and I overlooked it. I overlooked it because I didn't like a Sun matchup into it, and I didn't like Gyarados. I didn't like a lot of things. But had I bring it, let's just theorycraft what it would have been. I did have like a spike set of just like, oh, I'm just gonna set hazards, but I don't think that would have been great. I think Leech Seed would have been really good. Leech Seed, U-turn, Taunt, V Cudgel, and then Horn Leech or Spiky Shield or something like. But not my best game at all. I could have definitely played better. And props to, I felt like this was such a winnable game, and I feel like I completely screwed it up. So we'll be back. We'll be back. I didn't like the Sun matchup a ton, especially because it's definitely frightening without Sun at all. But good win, a good win. The speed tiers were fucking crazy too. Amount of hundreds. Cause like, my team, I only have 2 mons that are 100, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mons below 100, and they have, well, I should say, I have 1, 2, 3, I have 5 mons below 90, or below 80 and below, and they have 2. That is like a better way of putting it, and between 109 and 81 is 8 mons. So, speed tiers were really weird, and I usually, I don't know, I'm not good with unfamiliarity, so definitely a good mix-up from them. But if I were to re-prep with obvious hindsight, I think I probably would have prepped what I initially had, a lot of what I initially had. I had Clefable here. Actually, I think I still have the team. I deleted it. Well, it was something like this. It was Ogerpon, it was Raikou, it was Clefable, it was Mesprit. That is not how you spell Mesprit at all. It was Porygon, and it was Tentacruel. It was such a weird team, but I was like, this team could do numbers. And and it probably could have, but we'll never know. So Leech Seed, Ivy Cudgel, U-turn, and then I don't know what I would do for the third, and then Raikou would be Boots, probably, because I don't like Pivot, and Hazards just didn't come up, so maybe Specs was a better play, I don't know. Clef would have just been, I actually had a really sick, it would either be, I'd probably be unaware just for the setup sweepers, but it would have been Power Herb, Meteor Beam, or Ninetales, Chiyu, the likes of those mons just coming in, or even Gyarados coming in. Flamethrower, which would be or pretty much Stab, actually, yeah. That didn't work either, or it probably would not have worked. It had coverage like this. It was just this weird set. It's too slow, especially for the team I was playing against, so it's just like, I think the set I ended up going with was the best set I could have went with, or at least the set that better. I feel like Lumberry, such a play I would make, but I don't understand why you don't Gigaton Hammer first. That's such... Are you predicting? Are you trying to make a read? I personally don't like the play, but I know it's a little biased. Desperate would have been Colbur, Rocks, T-Wave, U-turn, and then I think Psychic for the Great Tusk Max. This should have came. Oh my god. I'm so dumb. This should have came for sure. This is a good Tusk answer. I think this. Porygon was going to be a spin blocker. Try with Shadow Ball Stab because it would be Terra Ghost with Ice Beam and Recover. Analytic for Stab Boost, and it was like something like this, that, or I don't know. It was something like that. And then Tentacruel was the same Tentacruel set. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about what I brought and what actually happened and all that. I think I could have played way better, but I also think I set myself up for failure because I tried to build with Sun completely in mind, and usually that doesn't work. And then when I try to be like, oh, they're not going to bring Sun against me, it completely fails. So I feel like I can't win this scenario. But again, all credit to them. I'm just really trying to think of any other way I could have played that better, or prepped for it better. Hey, this is way better than how I was dealing with losses 5 months ago. I was completely crushed about every loss, and I was crying and shit. So I'd way rather be like, how could I, like, this is way better, so I'm happy with how I'm dealing with it. I'm just so mad. Honestly, I feel like I could have prepped way better for this matchup. And they were probably weakness policy. I'm assuming they were weakness policy because on the Necrozma. I don't know. I feel like that was a winnable matchup. I feel like I've been flip-flopping on what I'm saying. I feel like it was a winnable matchup. I feel like I didn't prep how I would prep. I prepped, I don't know. I just didn't prep great. I don't know how to explain it. Something about this matchup, I made 2 or so teams, and I was like, I am not happy with either of these teams. Almost everyone got considered besides Skarm, because Sun is obviously like, fuck. And even without Sun, I was never going to bring it because Kilo gets in for free, Chiyu gets in for free, Walking Away gets in for free, Ninetales gets in for free. I know those last 3 didn't come, but Kilo definitely matters. Necrozma, Heat Wave sets up for free. So I definitely don't like the matchup versus that, so I didn't bring it. But yeah, I feel like Ogerpon would have been really well. I feel like I completely mismanaged the fuck out of them. Wait, did they break Item Clause? Wait, they broke Item Clause. Unless I'm stupid. I thought you could only have... I'm dumb. I thought it was changed to 1. It really is 2? Ugh. I'm so mad. If I knew it was 2, I would have definitely... I don't know how much actually changes, but I was considering leftovers on Raikou. That's unfortunate. I went with Expert Belt, and it didn't even do it. Did jack shit, but... I was considering... I had lefties. I would have had lefties on both of these. I'm not happy at all. I wish I was Terra Dark. I was Terra... If you're curious about Terra Fairy, again, Walking Wake and Chiyu are on the fucking team. If I had known they weren't going to bring their biggest threats, I would have prepped this completely differently. But I guess that's the fun of Pokemon. I probably should have went with a more just Terra Dark Steamrolled set. And I think that was kind of on me, because I had a whole fucking Tentacruel right there, but didn't play that well. I didn't They caught me off guard completely, and hopefully that will never happen again this season. I was not expecting their 3 biggest threats to not come. I thought I'm sorry, Comfy had a horrible matchup. I don't understand the Comfy play at all. I don't understand what it does. It can sweep if and only if Gouging Fire is not on the field, Tentacruel's not on the field, Skarmory's not on the field. You're dealing with Magikarp Clefable. You're not dealing with Stamina Mudsdale or AV Mudsdale, Porygon, but mainly the Tentacruel. I feel like Chi-Yu or Walking Away played better. Obviously they won. I'm just like, still, this mod still puzzles me. It's still very confusing, but I've gone on long enough. I have homework I have to complete. Sorry about that. I will see you guys later. Hopefully week 3 goes a lot better. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, and peace. Hey! What is up, everybody? Apologies for how this sounds. I just got home. So, yeah, I'm playing Pelican 69. Nice. And we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do it well. And we're gonna draft. We're gonna... that one. My team is kind of interesting. I wanted to bring Skarmory, but I was like, I don't really know. Porygon is my Sneasler answer check thing, whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be doing that fun stuff. Mesprit is my Kyurem check, which is not here today. Good thing I didn't bring Skarm because Mag came. No, what did I say earlier? I have it right here. So no Sneasler, or yes Sneasler, Tinglu, no Kyurem, no Slowking. Cyclothar's there. No Arcanine, so that's interesting. No Florges and no Driftbloom. So, really interesting team. Yell it. I think Mesprit's a fine lead. It just does a ton of stuff that I like. Porygon, is interesting as well. Moltres should outspeed Magnezone, so that's not a problem. Ogerpon Wellspring is just a good lead. It covers so much, and so we'll lead that. I didn't really plan. Well, no, I like my team for this match, but I didn't really plan leads. I didn't really plan. That's unfortunate, but that's fine. We are just going to Leech Seed on a Volt Switch, so that was a bad play. That was a bad play. I should have just superpowered. We should just. This is gonna U-turn. So I'm gonna go Gouging. I don't think they Draco. Perfect. So we're gonna force in Lou probably, which is again perfect. That is what we want. From there we can go Clef. We could go. I think Moltres is like insanely free. We don't want Porygon. This is bad. This Wellspring not. That's horrible for me. So we might have to pivot Clefable and then damn it. So, new plan. I want your leftovers. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. So that's great. That's gonna start getting chipped, and that's great. I think that was the right play to make. This was originally for Sneasler, but now that Ogerpon's chipped and is not coming back because I don't have spin on anybody on this team, this was the right play to make. We don't get a drop there. Volt Switch probably comes out. I don't really have a good response to that, but this might be bad. I think we might sack Wellspring here to just see what they want to click. They want to click Volt, that's fine. We can just go Gouging here, and we can set up. And we can just start doing shit. So, Sableye, that's cool. Moltres comes in for free. Goober free, cool. And we just click. We click U-turn. On probably. I have a contact. So, contact exists. Do we Terra Fairy and just say fuck it? I think we just say fuck it. That is not what the Switch and I expected, but whatever. This is not going great. I shouldn't have done that. We're just gonna click West again. I don't see a reason not to. Now I see a reason not to. Damn, this is specs. Holy shit, it's doing nothing. Clef should be able to take this. And from here we could just Side Shock. This is not going good at all. So we'll just Side Shock. Sack this. Cool. I guess we just say fuck it, right? And just Heat Crash. Or, yeah, I think we just say fuck it. So, this go great. This really did not go great, but it's fine. We'll get a flinch. We did not get the flinch. We'll get the flinch now. Flinch. Pathetic Pokemon. You're crazy. Nah, you're crazy for that. That's insane behavior. Bro, come on. Come on. I'm gonna drop. Reserved. I think they're gonna go Lou. I'm just so talented. Cool, so we're gonna avoid a 6-0, which is like, whatever, but it's pretty much over. I don't see a way which I can actually win this game. Hello, Cyclozar. I'm just gonna recover here. I don't. Cool. Great. Hey, Sneasler. This is gonna be Terra Ghost, and I completely misplayed that, so cool. Then we'll bring out you, and then we'll see. We'll just Zen Headbutt. You're so crazy for that. I did not need to see that. I get it, man. Dude, I understand. I don't think that was necessary. But that was that. I'm not too happy. I'm not too happy about how I played and how I prepped. Those were obviously bad. I'm fine. Am fine with how I prepped. I'm just not happy with the EV spreads because I was doing this in a classroom because my schedule is fucking ass. If you want to know what my schedule is, it's pretty much work and then go to school, which is about 4 or 5 hours, and working from 7 to 12, and then school from 2 to 6:30, except today I hung out with friends, so it was really 9:30. But usually it's that, and then Wednesdays and Thursdays I'm off from work, and then Friday through Sunday I'm off from school. So my schedule is so weird, I literally do not have an off day, so that makes prepping a lot harder, especially when I had a midterm. So I know I'm throwing out excuses right now, but I just want to know where you guys are coming from, where I'm coming from. Turn 1 was just horrible. That was just a bad play. Objectively, I knew they were going to do that. I should have just IV cudgeled. I should have either IV cudgeled or switched. I didn't have a Magnezone check. I think Mesprit was supposed to be a Kyurem check, so this is what I should have switched into, but I didn't play that great, and it shows. So, kind of short. Sorry, I don't really have much more commentary besides from that. I'm just tired. That's crazy. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, and peace. Hey, I'm sorry if my voice sounds really bad, or worse than usual. I'm back. I forgot, again, that this match was happening this early. I thought it was later in the day for some reason, but it's not. So, we're playing against Arts, who's very talented. They have well, you'll see their team, but it's pretty much a snow-based team, plus Lando, plus Dusknoir, plus Woshen, plus Fortress. I just have to make sure all these are level 50. They need 1 IV here. They're not sharing any of the same items, so we're good. And there's double Intimidate. There's an Arcanine too, so that's why that's clear. Amulet, Deoxys Speed. I didn't really know what to do, so I just made it awesome. So their team, a Girder came, screens, no Beardick. So that's good to know. Wochen game, which is fine, whatever. Plevky seems like a really good lead. They also don't really have hazard control. I feel like getting spikes up early is like game plan. I didn't do nicknames. I didn't do shinies, so apologies for that. Houndoom, I just wanted something that can just do some funny stuff. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I thought it would be cool. Glaceon kind of seems like has a good game here. It just has a seemingly good matchup. Quavel, again, just clicks buttons. It's funny. DD, again, clicks buttons. A lot of these are just clicks buttons, so we're just going to lead this. They're going to lead that, which is fine. We're just going to spike up on it and not really give a shit about it. Could have Earthquake. So I'll just Magnet Rise here, just in case. It's fine. And then we'll spike up. Because they do not have great hazard support. So we're going to get 1 there. I was at 1 point max attack, but no longer. They could have... I am not Flashfire. That is quite unfortunate. They could Flamethrower, and I do need this Mon. They could do like 20 different things. So let's calm down a bit. Deoxys Speed seems... None of these Mons seem great into this Mon. That is fine. I feel like they might... Actually, Skitter's Max seems like a good play here. Lower that special attack a bit, just in case, to see what they click. They click Scald, they're not going to get the burn. So we're just going to set up another spike. We're just going to set up another spike here. That's fine. Now I think we can just go into Glaceon and start setting up. Perfect, so we're going to get Ice Body Boost, and they're forced to go Girder, which is fine. We can go... Who can we go into? I don't want this getting items doesn't really matter per se. It just doesn't. Faster, I believe. So Calm Mind into Stored Power, maybe it could be something. But I want this mod healthy, so we're just gonna go back to Klefki. We're not gonna think too much about it, and they have a defogger, so that's very interesting. I'm just gonna spike again. No reason not to. That's fine. They are gonna clear spikes away this next one, so we're gonna get NDD in. Perfect. Then Expanding Force seems extremely free. I just want to click the button. If they bring in what, I think I just bring Glaceon in for free. They could Terra. They could also just Terra. I'm gonna bring in Quaquavel. I don't want them Terraring right here, right now. That seems awful for me. So I'm just gonna make the Quaquavel play, and they knock because of course they do. I'll knock here. We're gonna lose Clear Amulet. It's not too much of a big deal, especially since we're getting a free knock right now. And it's on. Well, that's good. Leftovers are gonna go away, and we can U-turn for free, and bring back Glaceon in for free. That's fine. We can Calm Mind. This is not a funny one. We could just go Houndoom, just Flamethrower. I probably should have kept setting up. I didn't want to get T-Wave though. I'm sorry. Lando comes in. That's fine. I'm just gonna Dark Pulse. So talented. We're gonna Dark Pulse again. EQ, Sash, Endeavor. Perfect. So now what we can do, since this is now chipped, we can go into Klefki dies, which is unfortunate. 1. That's so funny. Quavel's free. Quavel is extremely free here. Should have probably won in DD. But Aqua Step seems extremely free. It just picks up a kill. That's fine. We can just U-turn. Free. For free. That's fine. I'm very much fine with that. We can bring in DD. That forces in whatever. We could also force in Girder. I don't know what that actually would do, besides sack into DOS. I think Indeedee's the best play, but we'll see. Slowking is going to be annoying. I wish I could set up spikes, but I threw that game plan away. I completely forgot this. Actually got that. So, last time they stayed in, which is very interesting. I feel like Terra Psychic Expanding Force just kills. Straight up, but I also feel like they're gonna Terra. No, 16%. Ain't that awesome. So we're gonna go and sack Klefki here. That's so dumb. I knew that would happen. I should have just... I'm so bad at Pokemon. Knock. Cool. Now we can knock into CC. I feel like I didn't think that'd kill. I think it's GG's anyway. 50. I don't know if crit mattered. We just bring you on. Force here. Of course they go Wochen, because why would they? Prankster, this isn't gonna work. Wait, what? But it's... I'm so confused. Why did that work? Why did Prankster work? I want to forfeit so badly. I don't care. I don't want to play this game. Or no, I have to. Fucking show team. Now we can leave. I'm so mad. I don't get it. I've been very aggravated because I feel like the battles I'm losing because I don't click a button when I should. In a couple matches before, it was, I didn't click, I forget what the moves were, but I didn't click this move, and I switched, and this mon got a free knock, or I could have killed this mon, and whatever. Literally the same thing happened. I don't get it. I make reads, and they just don't work. And then, when I do make reads, or when I don't make reads, that's when my opponent makes the read. So annoying. So annoying. But that's that. And I'll see you guys later. What's up? We are back with week 10, I believe, of ASL. Thank you, Ryan, for setting the game because I was panicking to open it up. But very interesting team I've brought. I have, oh my god, I'm not even showing the game. Alright. There should be, oh my god, what is going on with this? That should be the team. There's a Lolamuck and a Sesha, and they do Drain Punch, Knock, Poison Jab, Curse, and Strength Set, Machigasha, Shadow Ball, and Curse. So, really fun, really interesting, and we're just... In my notes, I literally only X'd 2 Pokemon out, And that's so sucky. No Meganium, which isn't too shocking. I thought it could come as a Steve Baton, but I wasn't really sure. I thought Como could come. No Spiritomb, that's what I thought would come, but we do see Iron Treads. No Oricorio, which is fine, because I didn't really prep that well for it. So we see Iron Treads, we see Rockdusk, we see Azumarill, we see Cresselia, Como, and Knackle. I'm kind of expecting rocks to get up, so I was kind of prepping for it, but not really. I'm just gonna lead DOS. I think DOS is the best lead here, and it nets free screens. To me, it's the best play. As Treads is going to be led, I'm just going to reflect on this. Literally, we're going to reflect on this. And then Quaquaval becomes pretty free of a switch in. So, I might want to switch that in. It's probably going to Volt, right? It's probably going to Volt. So, I'm just going to get rocks up. I think rocks are pretty important. I think it's going to Volt. I don't really have the greatest switch in besides Sinistra. We just see Raw Earthquake. Okay, I'm going Thundy then. I don't care if you knock or Volt here. As they spin, which is fine. We're going to Rain Dance and then have some fun. Because this just wins. This does just win. And we could just Weather Ball for free. If Zumi wants to switch in, it's fine. The only thing that we don't like seeing is Como, because Como kind of fucks this team up. No cap. I don't know. I don't think you stay in. I wouldn't stay in here. But I also would want Chip on Como. So if I can get this down, that's great. If they decide to go Como, that is a free. I don't actually know. So maybe U-turn might be the better play then. U-turn might be the better play. I think U-turn's the better play. Because I don't want this thing coming in for free. But this is pretty standard. Knock, EQ, rapid. Hard Como, that's good. Is a helmet? No. But we get free in DD here. It's pretty free to just expand and just Psychic expanding force here. Like, it should do, I'd say 30 to Crest. It's specs. It's specs. So should do a lot. Should do a healthy amount. 46 is very healthy indeed. And we could just go Muck here. And this is a free knock on something. DOS can get a free screen later, which is really nice. Just doing that much is so incredible. Actually, I could have just, oh my god, that screens too. That's crazy. I think I just want to curse, right? I don't really see the threat. And I want to get a poison on this. So that is. Plus if they go Zoomy, Knock is so free. Knock is just free, right? Knock is free. If Zoomy comes in, I'm going to be so pissed. Cause good. I'm actually just good at the game. Covert. That was definitely what I was expecting. I feel like EQ comes, maybe Knock, I don't know. We could just see like Rapid too. I think I'll just Drain. If they want to EQ, that shouldn't kill. So, actually, I don't think that's a good play. I think I'll just go Sinistra here. If they knock, they knock. Fair enough. We could just Strength Sap because we knocked. Perfect. So that's good. They could be... The set I'm ultimately fearing is Sap Sip or Banded Azumarill. But that's like such a... There's no shot that's actually what this is. Like, no shot. The lefties is fine. This team is insanely... That's good. That was the one mon that got hit by it or whatever. What have you. Heavy Slam. It's not going to kill, which is really good for us. And we're going to get that. And then we're just going to curse. We're going to curse. We're going to get some chip on something. Hopefully the Crest. But that's such a... Como could come in. This one doesn't really... This one just got its own thing. On Knackle. Perfect. So that's good. We're going to Strength Sap on this. I don't really have a good... I don't have a good out for this. For this mon in particular. So I'll get my... Didn't even... Just Christ. Perfect. So we can just Matcha here. Shouldn't... I don't think it should... It should. But it's not going to. Because this is... It's fucking Knackle. Knackle lives these. It's Eviolite. Perfect. And now we're in business, baby. We're in business. That's perfect. I don't know if Shadow Ball... Oh, Shadow Ball's gonna kill for sure. Shadow Ball's gonna kill for sure. I could just invite Como in, actually. That's fine, then. Well, that's fine, actually. That is really not fine. What? Actually, we're gonna burn a turn, so... Well, that's just not funny. Now, I'm not laughing at that. Como's really threatening here. It just is. Like, Como's really just the biggest thing I'm afraid of. And I think I'm in a position to sack Muck now. Because I don't really need it. Knackle's pretty weak, so... Sinistra, even paralyzed, still looks really good. Really, I should have just Shadow Balled there. Because giving up a T-Wave is so big. So many different levels, it's that big. But we have stuff weakened. And this is light clay, right? So I want to curse. I really want to curse on this. I think curse is the correct play. I think curse is the right play. Because everything else allows it to set up. At least oh my god, that is something far more sinister, and I'm gonna get parried, yeah. God, that sucks. That really sucks. Throat chop. I'm gonna get that back. I'm just gonna continue to strength stab. I have no reason not to. If they want to set up, they can try to set up. Damn. That para is really... No, I think it's better for me. I think it was better I got parried there because I don't want this mon dying. This mon is really big for this game, so... If I can get into a position where I can curse safely on Como, we're in business. Alright, we're still... Fuck you too. Please land. A burn would be really nice. Fuck you, I guess. Soul Cure, that's fine. Not really. But if we can sap on, again, a Como, Sumeril, any of these guys we can sap on, we're in a really good position, so we're still in a fairly good position. Crit, thank god, 65. So we're gonna be at not the greatest health. Not the greatest health at all. So I feel like I have to make the double because I need this one healthy. And then I think if we knock here on the Evulite. Perfect. So that one's down. I was expecting rocks. That was a while ago. Damn, I think I'm in a really okay position right now. I just thought T-Wave's gonna haunt me. That T-Wave sucks. It really, really sucks. This can just click knock if it wants. It could click HQ. I think Thundy is fine to sack here. The EQ. Perfect. So we're just gonna rain dance here. This set's so funny. This set is hilarious. So we're gonna rain dance. We're gonna rain dance for free. That's not too funny, is it? And we're just gonna weather ball here. Cool. We can send in you, and we can aqua step into. Actually, C is kind of free, but it allows Zoomy in for free. Actually, hey Zoomy. We can just U-turn and try to bring in Sinistra. I don't think it'll work. I really don't think it'll work too well. Yeah, Sinistra would actually, it would die, right? Sinistra just dies, and that is not good. That is very much not good. I don't want to sack DOS. I also don't want to sack NDD, because I think that Muck is still really good. So I think Muck is the correct play. I think Muck is the right sack here. On the play rough, that's an unfortunate crit, if we're being quite honest. I think Sinistra... NDD is insanely free. Insanely free, as always. We could just Expanding Force here for free. Right? There's no Terra, no Mon to worry about terroring. All good. I don't think it mattered too much. All good. I don't think that mattered. It just... range just gone, which is nice for... But this Mon is always coming in, so... I want rocks. I do want rocks back up. ASAP. ASAP. If they go Treads, that's really good. Treads pretty much can net me game. Rock would have to go for Stone Edge. We're going to pick up the kill there, which is great. Now, this is probably going to knock, right? Quavel seems so free. Hello. Quavel seems so free here. But I think the right play is Sinistra. I think the right play is sack Sinistra. I think it's always sack Sinistra here. If they knock, they knock. Well, yeah, shit, they knock. But... they should knock here, right? I still need the Psychic Berry. I think I still need the Psychic Berry at least. So what I might... No, because I can't. If... You know what? Fuck it. We'll sack DOS here. They went for Heavy Slam? That's such a throw. Don't I just go Quavel now? No way it's Sash. No way it's Sash. Sash like in Rock Dusk. No way. Please stay in an EQ or something. Actually, wait, that's bad. Wait, that's really bad. No, we're just gonna step. We're gonna step. And again, just continue to get chip. Just continue to get chip. We don't need to worry. We don't need to worry about anything right now. Just continue to get chip. Chip, chip, chip. Because if they spin, that's quite an issue, isn't it? Is it not? Right? Step should kill. But will it put me, yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Will it put me in range? Yeah, I should have just went Sinistra. I was so gung-ho about, I want to SD, and that's just not the right play to make. And I didn't stop and think. I just did, and that was the issue. That was the issue. EQ is gonna do a taco step. Bear doesn't even like have a favorable roll, so that's already, I'm already like, fuck, this is not good. Maybe level 50, it's different. It's a bit, it's like a 50-50. If this is 73, I think it's technically 75, so it's very much in my favor. CC is outright killing. Step gives me, Q does, if it's max attack, which I actually do think we have intel on. Of course, we have intel on. Earthquake does 73, 73. Earthquake would do that much, and it did 20. It did. What about knock? We use knock on that. 47 max. 37. So not max attack, which I think is worse. Which I think is very much worse. Do I put the EQ here for sure? No, I mishandled this one. I completely mishandled. I have to CC. I'm forced to CC. I'm forced to CC here. Dude, fuck me. Damn it. I misplayed that one. And of course it's a crit, because if I go for Aquast, I'm forced to U-turn. I'm not forced to U-turn, but I am going to U-turn. Perfect, crit, cool. And then pray. That did way too much. That did way too much. Pray that they D-dance, and they throw, and then they get no para. Right. I'm in the right play. Just go back to you. Win the speed tie. Speed tie, there is a speed tie. And then we just pray, right? We just pray that Rock somehow does not kill with Crunch or any other move like that. I think it's over. And it's, yeah. Oh, I misplayed that so badly. I think I played good for the most part though. I think I relatively played really good, so I'm not too mad at my performance. But I could have played that better. I could have played that way better. I was not expecting that press. I was also not expecting that though. But that Machagacha miss. Haunting. Because holy crap. I think I played well though. I thought I brought good to decent prep. I'm pretty not happy with how that one went. Pretty not happy. I just messed up the endgame. I messed up the endgame so poorly. I misplayed. This should have just been 2 Shadow Balls. It just should have been 2 Shadow Balls. The only reason I did that was on a wild Como play, which is like, I think I need to stop and think way more. And I don't know how to exactly do that. I should just put a message somewhere or something, but like right here I should have stopped and been like, if I Machagachi here and it misses, I'm down horribly, right? I'm Machagaching because I think Como could come in, because it could be bulletproof and could get a free switch in. If it comes in, we see literally what happens. It does not win this matchup and it's a draw. This is chess. I'm starting to get in somewhat into chess. And like, this is literally just, you don't face 2 pieces together in chess, right? Let's say you don't put a bishop in front of a bishop, right? Where they're facing each other and they can just attack each other. You don't do that because they're gonna take the bishop if it's unguarded. That was just a really bad play. And that cost this getting para, and suddenly we're now back into a game. So that was a pretty horrible play. I think I played this exchange pretty well. This comes in, it clicks Earthquake, which I'm, duh. I think I should have been Focus Blast. I honestly, reviewing this, Focus Blast would have been much better, even if I don't get kills. It's still really good, especially when you see a play like that. You're like, so bring in this, and that threatens this one. I think I could have been Brave Bird, but I was like, nah, I don't really like that. So I just ended up not doing that. In DD, the crit, I don't think it mattered, and I was sacking anyway, so I wasn't really too concerned. This mon put in a tremendous amount of work. And then this, God, this was only 4 turns apart. That's fucking crazy. So I think with this play, I did not think Heavy Slam was going to come out. I'm not gonna lie. Is that always just a kill? Is that just always a kill? Because I did not think that was a kill. I did not think that was always a kill. Heavy Slam. I didn't think that was always a kill. It's not, especially since they're not maxed. It is a roll heavily in their favor, but not a kill. So I don't necessarily agree with that play, because that just invites free quick wave-ul, but even then quick wave-ul just gets chipped, and it's like, well, fuck. Here I should have just done what I originally wanted. And I literally said, I should sack Sinistra, bring in DOS to get a Reflecta, and then start killing shit. Literally, that was my play. Sack DOS, and I don't even bring in Sinistra to try and get it. Not a good play. I'm forced to play this. Technically, should I have CC'd? I don't know. But this had crunch, so matter. This one comes in, clicks expanding force. If I was Scarf here, I win the game. I'm not Scarf, I lose the game, right? If I'm Scarf, I win, right? Terra Psychic versus this absolutely kills. So absolutely win the game. Absolutely win the game here. And that's not what happened. That's not what happened. So I was debating whether or not to go Scarf or Specs. I think ultimately Specs was still the right decision. I still stand by it, but Scarf would have definitely won the game here. So pretty unhappy with how that all turned out, because now I'm realizing I had a plan. I played the game pretty well besides from like Matcha Gacha play. I think everything else I played pretty much fine. I was fine with knockoff here. I was fine with this getting knocked off in the moment, and I think I did make the right decision on both of those. And the Matcha Gacha play was a little like, but this was not good. This was a horrible play. This should have just been either a sack in DD and let quick wave-ul win the end game, or a sack Sinistra, and it was neither. And it was instead sack DOS, which DOS gets screens up and we have a game. We have a game because crunch is not a kill. Or is it? No, I think it is actually. I think I'm lying. I think we're right through my teeth. Why is this? What the fuck? Reflect. Where's Reflect? Technically, or no, because it's 75. Or no, because this is also the wrong. Why is this in DD? Why is this max speed? And then it definitely does kill. And then we don't really actually have a game. But we do kind of, because quick wave-ul was Pyapa. And I probably would have just went hard into DD. Or, no, I probably would have went Sinistra and just strength zapped for free. For freezies. And then we are back in it because Sinistra's healthy and it just completely walls these stream mods. So, that all being said, I misplayed that endgame. Super badly. Super badly. I also don't think Specs was the right call for this endgame. I think if this was Scarf, I think we win. I don't even think we talked about this, but because I wasn't Scarf. Like I said, I still agree with Specs, because I think Specs is like, bring this mon in, it's gonna do a ton of shit. It's gonna get a ton of damage off. But I think then I should probably went Scarf. Or I should have just had Jet, ST Jet. So I'm sure that kills. I'm sure that kills Jet. Because you see Psychic Fangs with Pyapa, it doesn't do enough, and then Aqua Jet +2 is a kill. Hell, Aqua Jet +1 into Slices, also a kill. So no, I did not play that one well at all. Or no, I shouldn't say. I think I just fucked up the end game. I didn't give myself a chance. And then especially with this play, I should have just Aqua Stat here. I get in my head so much about these plays. Well, sometimes I'm right about them. Sometimes I get the play right, and that gives me like, oh, yes, that was the right thing. But then sometimes that can fuck with me too. So the biggest thing I was scared of was this rapid spinning. And on an Aqua step. Because then it's like, fuck, what do I do, right? And then we look at Como, and we look at this, and we go to 50 HP, and we go no defense, +1, actually is a kill. No, it's not. I lied. It's a roll not in my favor, but it gives me a shot. It does give me a shot, opposed to the other one, which does not give me a shot. So, I also I should have been Ice Spinner. I shoulda. Ice Spinner is weaker, so I don't know. Not much I really could have done besides the end game was get screens up. Literally get screens up. I think I did not play that well. I think I should have sacked in DD to get DOS in or get in Sinistra. I didn't do it there, so. Well played to Ryan. Fantastic coach, I've played him before. I think in a lot of leagues. But He just played well. He just played better than me. And he's got a hell of a team. Dude, his team looks like just a regular ass draft league team, which is like, that wouldn't be a compliment in most other leagues, but in this league especially, when it feels like there's all the good mons are like separated greatly from each other, and you can't really, you have to go for great synergies, not so much as, oh, let me get the best mons. This team is just great mons, just tons of great mons. Spiritomb didn't come, which is something I thought would. Who else? Terra Oricorio, I think that's it, right? Quillfish is also really solid, and then Terra Meganium, which can baton pass shit. Pretty good team. He's got a pretty good team. So best of luck to him, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Kayla, and switching to Draft Breakdown. Oh, that's funny. Today, oh my god, wait, why is that? I don't know, hold on. Let me switch it to here, and then switch it to there. And then, that's annoying, but that's fine. That's fine. So, hey, it's Kayla, I'm back. I'm here after so much time. I'm here with LBL Season 5 Draft Breakdown. The draft actually isn't over, but I feel pretty confident I'm going to be able to keep these picks. And very quickly, I'm just going to check over the rules real quick. I'm really excited about this draft. I had the 4th pick, and my thing was just, it doesn't say anything about there. Oh my god, are you serious? Hold on. Terra Blast is legal. So I'm assuming mons that can Terra to either any type, or I assume it's only 2, right? There's no way you can Terra 4 mons, right? They wouldn't. That feels overpowered. I'm gonna assume it's only 2 Terra types, 1 stab, 1 not, but in the off chance that it's any Terra type, disregard I said any of this, but we'll see. I had the 4th pick. My philosophy was I'm just gonna pick the best mon available. And that happened to be Dragapult, which well, not somehow, but like slid to me. And just for context, I think what was also on the board, also I'm in midday, which is not the best, not the worst division. It's right in the middle. So Valley, Goldango, and Zama went. Mons that were still on the board that I could have taken were Darkrai, Deoxys Speed, Galapagos, Lando Eye. Any of the Ogerpon forms, like Ogerpon, I think besides Hearthflame and Wellspring, I think Wellspring got drafted. I'm trying to look for the point value. I think Wellspring is, I'll quickly check, but I thought Wellspring was over 16. But Ogerpon and Cornerstone could both Terra, and those were definitely consideration mons. What else was still on the board? Palafin, Spectrier, still on the board actually. Urshifu Single Strike, Blaziken with Speed Boost, Kyurem, Roaring Moon, Bundle, Tusk. Definitely some good options, And if you look at just like the Terra mons that were available, Como-Oko Terra, which is crazy. I think Keldeo is a good Terra option. I think Terra Raging Bolt's crazy. So there are definitely some really good mons still available. Terra Mence is also, and Terra Gapdos. I think Terra Gapdos is super underrated, but it's still on the board. There's a lot of good mons that can Terra. So that's what I went with though. I thought it was just the best mon. You could argue Palafin. I think it's close, but I also haven't used Bolt in a while, so I was like, fuck it, let's just go with it. And originally I was just like, I'm just gonna build a Bolt team. I'm not gonna use Grimstyle. I'm not gonna use any cheap shit. Let's just see how this goes, right? Let's just see how this goes. And Bolt has so many good tools. It can go physical special, can't Terra, which is very unfortunate, but D-Dance, Hex, you have your status moves, turn for momentum. This one's just crazy. Infestation's so funny of a move, but it would never use, but it's so funny of a concept. There's screens, there's some really good stuff with Bolt, so like that base center of a mon. And next we have a mon that I was actually going to pick as some of my last picks, and it wasn't on my original board, but I was like, I should probably draft this mon as soon as possible. I should just get this one on my team. I wanted King Gambit, but then I was like, Iger raised a really good point. He was like, you need a steal that's going to resist fairies. And I didn't really see the point of having a steal that, 2 steals. I think 1 is good enough. So I was like, I'm just not going to draft Gambit for now. I want to draft it eventually. I think it's a really good, fun and good mon. And I think it works really well with Bolt. But for me, it was just really hard to have Gambit plus another steal on the team. But that's just me. Next I went with Chio. I love Chiyu. I love having one Ruinous on my team. Always one Ruinous on my team. And Chiyu fits the bill perfectly. It's 18 points, which is also, I think the limit is 105, 115, somewhere around that mark, in case you were keeping track. I actually opened up these Korean booster packs, and it was the one of the Ruinous trio that I didn't get an EX of. So, really sad, but he's on the team, so who really won? Well, me, duh. I always win. She was just good. I wanted Polt to have flexibility. Usually my goal is my first pick needs flexibility, or a mon with a ton of flexibility should have that flex. I hope I'm making sense. And with that, I was like, I need a really good special attacker that can speed control Polt, that can be a breaker, and I settled on Chiyu. It hits psychic types really well. It hits grass types really well. It hits a lot of things that Polt wouldn't be able to touch with dragon ghost type. And one bad thing is like water's kind of crazy against this team, but I fixed that. Fighting types also very not fun, but I managed to fix that as well. So just a couple things, you know. Rocks are also I don't know. Chiyu, you know what Chiyu does. Chiyu really does only one thing. It's crazy. But next we have Scizor. I love Scizor. Big fan of Scizor. And it was in consideration for Terra Captain. It was definitely in consideration, but I'm not gonna be going Scizor. Yeah, it could be any of those three. Or any of those two. That's crazy. Scizor, I just wanted something to hit fairies. I feel like this team is already struggling with fairy types, and I wanted my Sil to be offensive, which is why Gambit was on the board. Scizor can also threaten revenge. It can just do a ton of stuff. I like that. Maybe Terra Steel is like the wave. Maybe this could be a Terra Captain. I think I know where I want to go with this, but I'm between this and one after the next one. But I think I like where this team is. I don't think this has to be a Terra Captain. This could be a bulky. This could be an Assault Vest. I feel like Scizor can also play a ton of different avenues and all that great stuff. So that's Scizor. Next is Hat. Gramtail was actually what I wanted. That got sniped really early, which I thought was fucking crazy. I think it was like, dude, it was like round 3 pick. It should not have been a round 3 pick. It was. I'm trying to see where it was. I can't see. That does. Klefki also went. A ton of mons just went really early that I wasn't expecting. It was a 4th rounder. Screamtail was a 4th round pick, but it went before me. So I was really unhappy because I wanted Wish, I wanted Status, I like my fairies having that ability. I like having mons that can just wing a game like that. I think that was what I was really missing from my previous games. I was really just like, bulky offense, go, and then I would do nothing, right? That gives me a lot of flexibility. It gives me some good stuff with rocks because Scizor gets defog, right? But it's like, are you really gonna run defog on Scizor? And I need it for these 3, obviously. I would love that. So I like Hat. I also really like Nuzzle. I think Nuzzle is just a really good tool for it. It gets 2 as well, but Nuzzle is just better when you run Nuzzle. And then just does Hat stuff. It can set up screens, which is always great. It can get some future sights. It can Healing Wish. It can Steve for the physical, Calm Mind for the special. It has decent to good coverage, so I'm pretty happy with this mon. I'm pretty happy with it. Skill swap shenanigans are also really cool, and prison shenanigans are also really cool. So Hat's just good. Hat is just a good one. I wanted to get. There are a couple things I wanted to focus on. Fairy Dragon Steel Core was one of them. Fire Water Grass Core was also kind of one of them, but it was more towards like I first wanted to go Fairy Dragon Steel and then fighting Dark Psychic. I wanted those 2 cores specifically because I felt like the mons I was basing them around, that being Polt. Actually, I should just reveal my next pick. Terra Ogadogi. I wanted to base my team around these 2, and those are the 2 good cores for it. There's also Poison Electric Ground, which is technically a core, but I was like, I don't really like that. Or Flying, maybe. I don't know where Flying goes into one of these cores, but it goes into one of the cores. So I was just like, I don't know, and I was really struggling with where I wanted to put my Fire Water Grass core. I didn't really know where I wanted. Obviously now it's really obvious where I wanted to go with it. Wash was also on my board, and that went early too, so I was getting sniped everywhere, which led me to reach on them on, which I don't really regret. But Okie dokie, good breaker, just good defensive, right? I'm trying to alleviate Pult's responsibilities as much as possible to make sure that I could really bring the firepower on it. I can have it as a sweeper. I can do a lot of things with it without it needing to be in one role, and that's where UBDL come in. They both fill that role pretty nicely, and Scizor too. So that was my plan with that. Hold on 1 second. I'll answer you later, Iger. I'm sorry. I don't have the brain for it right now. Okay, just a good mon. So if I have to tear it to one type, or two types, I guess, stab would probably be fighting, and then dark was what I want the next one to be. Right, I'm getting rid of ground weakness, I'm getting rid of psychic weakness, I'm making that immunity. So I think that's the clear mon, and it gets knock, right? So Terra Dark knock sounds crazy, especially since, spoiler alert, I think I draft another dark in this, right? I draft another dark, and that dark I don't think gets knockoff. So technically a dark type with knockoff, crazy, because GU also doesn't get knock, which makes sense for once. But yeah, just breaker mon. Does a lot of good stuff, can scarf, can, you know, whatnot. Next we have Talonflame. Speed control is something I wanted, but she was one of my last picks. My core was Pull, Scizor, Wash at the time, Screamtail at the time, Ogidogi. That was my core. So I wanted another kind of defensive mon, and when I approached Iger about this, who's been fucking awesome about all of this, he was like, yeah, you should go after Talonflame, you should go after... I forget who else he suggested, but two of the mons he suggested were already mons I was looking for. So I was like, alright, cool. Validation, that's perfect. So Talonflame was what I went with. It helps bridge the speed gap between Pull, it, and then originally Screamtail, because then it was perfect, but now I'm kind of fucked on that end, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Speed creeping. I don't want teams to speed creep, and they're going to speed creep anyway, so that's going to be an issue, but it's fine. So Talonflame, yeah, defensive, it also gets, it's a better defog user, right? Like, this team is in desperate need of hazard removal, and getting rid of well, that's what hazard removal is, but like preventing hazards if I can, taunting or magic bouncing, right? That's what this team needs, because when you have Chiyu, when you have, I guess, Talonflame to an extent, right? When you have Pult, when you have breakers that are powerful, you want to be able to chip them down, and this team, I think, is pretty rock weak, or pretty chip weak. So I like Talonflame for that. I think it provides a lot of defensive utility, especially against fighting types that threaten Chiyu, so a little core between the two of those. But it's also just good defensive core. I want a good defensive core, and we have, I'd say right now, 2. I wouldn't really include Scizor in it, but we have 2. And then 3 if you want to count Scizor, but next, we have the Rotom Wash replacement, and this was originally going to be Rotom Heat. I wanted to just stay in the appliances, but then Chiyu suddenly, I saw it and I was like, I want Chiyu. So instead, we're going Lantern. We're going Lantern. And I think this is going to be a Terra Captain. I think, no, it's not. I forgot how many points it was and what the rest of my team is. Lantern's fine. Lantern, it's Rotom Wash Light. It can run Assault Vest better. It can, in my opinion at least, I think it can run Assault Vest better. Has Volt Switch, Thunder Wave. I think it doesn't have. Oh no, it does have Scald. So it has Scald, it has Thunder Wave, it has Volt Switch. Flip turn 2, it has both, which is really nice. It gets coverage, better coverage than Rotom Wash, and a more accurate water move. I like what Lantern brings. Maybe not the best offensively, but I think that is fine for what this one's going for. 2 Amis is also really good. I think Lantern 6 points feels low. It feels either right in the money or a little low. So I'm happy with Lantern. A mon that does feel 2 months. That's right, I'm bringing 2 mons into this. 2 mons that felt incredibly low were Sandslash. I'll do both, why not? They're both Terra Captains. Sandslash, which can Terra, and Lilligant, which can Terra. Guess how many points these were? You wanna know how much they combined for? 5 points. That's fucking mental. And guess which one's higher? It's Sandslash. 2 points for Terra, Quiver Dance, Lilligant, which gets Sleep Powder, which, to be fair, I'm not going to be using well because I have Chlorophyll and I don't have Sunny Day, but Quiver Dance, Terra Blast, Petal Dance, or not Petal Dance, like Leaf Storm / Energy Ball, plus Alluring Voice for cover. Like, this mon is incredible. You can throw sleep powder in there if you're really feeling saucy with it. This one's just incredible. It's an incredible Terra Captain. If it's a Terra Captain, 2 types, Grass Fire is probably one I'm gonna go with, or Grass Ground, one of those 2. And then for Sand Slash, I'll probably go Ground Steel or Ground Fighting. I don't know for this one, honestly. I just know I want. It's probably a Terra Captain, right? And I wanted Rocks, I wanted Spin. Dawn Fan got sniped, so that's kind of the theme, right? I got sniped a ton, so I wasn't really like, oh, let me make a new plan, what mon can kill in for them? And then from there, the team kept spiraling and spiraling, and eventually I was like, this is just how it's gonna be. So if you're curious, my team can end right here. I think it could have ended a week ago. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, my team could have ended just right here. I have 20 points. I still have 20 points, which is a pretty good amount. Technically, I could still get Spectre, which wouldn't really fit this team, but it's a thing, right? I could do that. And technically, Lilligant is the last pick that I have. It is the last guy. So with these, I could get sniped on. And then it's like, alright, well, fuck that. But I don't think I will. I think when I'm looking at these teams, this team has 9 points, which would be a snipe. They have no reason to draft it. This team can't even do that. This team actually could, but I think I picked before them. So, I think I lied, so they're probably going to pick it. Unless they don't, which is great. They can, and they don't have a reason. Well, they do have a reason. No, they don't. Then they would have 3 grass types, which is fucking mental. This team could, but they haven't been picking, so sucks to suck. But this team is the only threatening team, and even if it does get sniped, I should just reveal them on. It's Shaman. Shaman's my next pick. If Shaman gets sniped, honestly, I might just pick Toadscruel, and then I'll probably swap this out for something and go from there. I don't know. But I was looking at my team, I was looking at my defensive profile, and I was like, wow, I'm really weak to water. And by really weak to water, Lantern is my only immunity slash resist for my tanky mods, right? I was looking at Sand Slash is weak, Lantern immune or resist, Talonflame weak, Hat is neutral, and Scissor's neutral. So I'm weak to water. So I was like, I was looking at the types and I was like, I guess I'll just get another grass type because Lilligant is going to be more offensive. So to me, this is fine. We'll just go defensive, more defensive Shaman, and it has Leech. Unfortunately, no status. Leech is a status, but like, no Stun Spore, no shit like that, which is kind of unfortunate. I really wanted that, but I think it fits this team really, really well. I don't know how often it's going to come just because it's a little bit fluky. I think I'd rather have Lilligant most scenarios just because Terra Lilligant is fucking cracked, and my last pick is going to be Grimmsnarl. So, about me not conforming. Grimmsnarl, when I was looking at my team, I was like, wow, I have a lot of ones that could set up. You can Nasty Plot, you have Hat, which can call Mind, you have Dragapult, which could do whatever Dragapult wants to do. Even, like, I think Shaman can, like, SD, and Lilligant with Quivers, obviously, and Sandslash with SD, Rapid Spin, and Talonflame with SD, and you with Bulk Up, and Scizor with SD. There's so many. I feel like Screens was like a natural progression. And I think it pairs well. I think Shaman a little bit redundant, but I feel like my water weakness was so big, I was like, I need to address it. Plus, it gives me a better ground thing, which is also something I was like, I don't know. So, I'm happy with it. I think it fits my defensive core. I felt like my offensive core was really good, so these two were just the add-ons of like, how can I make this team go from good to great to amazing? And that was kind of rationale. I don't know if I'll play amazing, but that was my rationale behind it. So, we'll see. Thank you for watching. I hope none of these picks get sniped, by the way. And I will see you guys later. Peace. Good to be back.